Chapter 55. Original New Power, Whale PK Theme Show. I accidentally heard two very good songs. Share them with everyone. Tonight, I will meet the Prince of Folk Songs Lu Fei at Whale TV and listen to the most moving original folk songs together. You who sat next to me, Cinderella, have you heard of it? With the large-scale movement of Lu Jejun, more and more promotional posts appeared on major popular BBS, especially in the forums of many anchor platforms, where a large number of advertising posts have been brushed. The same advertisements have also emerged one after another in Postbar, QQ Group, QQ Circle and other places. The advertisements, without exception, include the anchor promotion of Whale TVK theme show, as well as links to two original songs by Lu Chan. There are many experts in Lu Jejun's fan group who understand technology. They use posting robots to save time, send hundreds or even thousands of the same post at the same time, and use zombie accounts to carry out large-scale publicity. Although it is a spontaneously organized amateur water army, because of the large number of fans involved in the event, the promotion effect is very good. Many people who are idle and bored on Saturday are attracted to the internet, and then they know that Whale TV will hold an event in the evening and pay attention to Lu Fei's live broadcast room. Of course, most of the posts are either mercilessly blocked by moderators or group owners, or disappear silently, but even if only 1/10 or even 1/100th of them play a role, they can also pull a lot of passers-by fans. You who sat next to me plus Cinderella, two original folk songs that are at least fine, make these advertisements seem very convincing, and will not make people curse after clicking on them. Lu Jejun's publicity offensive reached its peak in the afternoon, and the members of the army even had a fierce confrontation with fans of other anchors on the main forum of Whale TV, stirring up the atmosphere. Li Bai personally made the real command in Lu Jejun's QQ group. The red envelopes were flying all over the sky, which also greatly stimulated the enthusiasm of the group members and fans to participate in the promotion, and they all became tap water. But all this has little to do with Lu Chan. He is doing the final preparations before the live broadcast of the PK theme show on the computer to ensure that nothing goes wrong. Among the 24 Whale TV anchors participating in the PK, Lu Chen's current popularity index is the lowest, and his goal is to get into the top 3, which is very difficult. But Lu Chan has assessed that this is not completely impossible, because the result of the anchor PK is based on the popularity index, audience votes and scores. Although popularity is extremely important, it can't completely determine the outcome. For his opponents, Lu Chan has learned about them, are either masters in popular games, or popular figures in life and entertainment. They all have their own characteristics and advantages. For Whale TV's popular anchor Xiao Xiaogu, star, Xiao is star, star is with the life. His live broadcast can attract millions of fans to watch live. The anchor Chinger baby is beautiful and has a good figure. She has a sweet voice and can sing. Every night, she can attract countless fish fans to stay in front of the computer. She is known as the first goddess of Whale TV. There are also Pure Love Brother, Rain, Sun. They are all strong opponents. If Lu Chan wants to defeat them, he must have his own trump card. His trump card is undoubtedly his original works. In the 2-hour PK theme show in the evening, Lu Chan is going to sing 7 songs. In addition to You Who Sat Next to Me, Cinderella, Blue Lotus and Love in the Wind, he will also come up with 3 new songs. These 7 original songs, which have reached at least the level of fine works, are the magic weapons that Lu Chan used to sweep his opponents of the same level, and they are also the supreme weapons to win the high score of the board. To this end, Lu Chan also spent a lot of time and energy this week to make simple music videos for all 7 songs to match the live broadcast performance in the evening. Lu Chan studied computer science at Zhonghai University. He studied computer applications. He has a good talent in this field. He also studied art before. It is not difficult to make music videos with the help of commonly used software. The video material of the music video is all from online resources. After appropriate editing and adding lyric subtitles, it is undoubtedly a big highlight when it is finally played during the live broadcast. The anchor platform of Whale TV supports video synchronization. In order to ensure that nothing goes wrong, Lu Chan needs to practice repeatedly in the background to ensure that the operation can be accurate. Now Lu Fei's live broadcast room, like all the live broadcast rooms that participate in the PK theme show, is temporarily closed. All 24 anchors cannot open the live broadcast channel before 8 p.m. However, at 9 a.m., the homepage of Whale TV was updated, releasing the theme covers of all 24 anchors. Any audience can click on the cover to enter the theme page of the anchor, follow and participate in the chat and lottery activities. The theme of Lu Chen's live show is called Graduation Season. Listen to the pure and beautiful campus folk songs and recall the past of youth in the graduation season. The term campus folk song has not appeared in reality. In the past, folk songs were usually divided into lyrical folk songs, nostalgic folk songs, rural folk songs, and so on. The once brilliant scenery is no longer there. In Lu Chen's dream world, campus folk songs are popular because of people and are like a flash in the pan. Whether it is gratitude or memorial, Lu Chen brings campus folk songs to his own world and let it shine again. Time passed quietly in the busy waiting. When it was dark, Lu Chen did not go out for dinner and ordered takeout directly online. His preparation work has been completed, and he is waiting for the live broadcast to begin. At present, the number of viewers waiting for Lu Fei's live broadcast room is more than 100,000, ranking 7th among all 24 anchors. Although there are still 2 hours before the official start of PK, any ranking is irrelevant, but this also reflects the degree of fan participation. Lu Chen's high popularity is inseparable from the efforts of Lu Jejun Group. Thousands of fans in Lu Jejun Group have been mobilized and countless posts have been posted on the internet. It is not known how many IDs have been killed and how many IPs have been blocked, bringing a large number of passers-by fans and new audiences. In addition, support activities have been carried out in the group early. Li Bai has sent out 20,000 to 30,000 red envelopes, so it is reasonable for the popularity to be strong, otherwise, he would have just admitted defeat. Lu Jejun's 3 groups are very lively, and Lu Chen also participates in chatting and interacting with fans. This kind of communication is extremely important. Online anchors are different from real stars. Their aloof attitude will be hated by fans, and the real die-hard fans also like to see the anchors bubbling and spitting water in the group. At 7 o'clock in the evening, 1 hour before the start of the PK theme show, Li Bai suddenly sent a secret message. Li Bai, "Boss, do you have the confidence to rush to the top 5 tonight?" Lu Chen was stunned and replied, "What's wrong?" Li Bai, "I met an enemy who said that it is absolutely impossible for you to rush to the top 5, and he still wants to bet with me." Li Bai, "It doesn't matter whether I win or lose, but if I lose to him I will lose too much face, so I want to ask you, boss." Lu Chen knows that those who can bet with this local tycoon are definitely not ordinary people. His apparent disadvantages are still very obvious. To say that he wants to rush to the top 5 in the eyes of others, it is natural that he is overestimating himself. Li Bai is certainly not convinced, but he is not fully sure in his heart, so he came to ask Lu Chen. It is nothing more than to find some confidence. If you want confidence, then I will give you confidence. Lu Chen did not hesitate and immediately replied, "Of course I have confidence, what about you?" Having come this far, he will not admit defeat to anyone. Even if the opponents are all strong, he will fight to the end. Lu Chen's goal is to be in the top 3. Li Bai, "If you have confidence, then I have confidence. Isn't it just 100,000 yuan? I'll bet with him." 100,000 yuan. Lu Chen was a little speechless. He didn't understand the world of the local tycoon. When his family was rich in the past, his monthly pocket money was only a few thousand yuan. Lu Chen suddenly felt that the pressure on him was a lot heavier. At 8 o'clock in the evening, the live broadcast room opened automatically. Whale theme show competition officially began. Chapter 56. At 8 o'clock in the evening, Chun Xiang logged on to Whale on time. Chun Xiang is a Northeasterner. Last year, after he graduated from a local third-rate university, he came to the capital to make a living. He changed jobs several times. Now, he finally stabilized and became a member of the Floating Ants. Chun Xiang is very confused about the future. He didn't think too much about it. Anyway, it is unrealistic to get married and start a career in Beijing. If he can make more money, he will make more money. He will go back in the future. Therefore, he lives a very frugal life, lives in a cheap basement, eats in a cheap fast food restaurant, doesn't have a girlfriend and doesn't go out to play. His only pastime is the internet. Watching movies, novels, listening to pop music, and running to the forum to chat, he can also enjoy himself. Chun Xiang also likes the live shows that have become popular on the internet in the past 2 years, especially in the life and entertainment category. There are always many beautiful girls acting coquettishly in front of the screen. Appreciating their performances can satisfy many of his fantasies without spending money. So he ran all over the major live platforms and soon became an old driver. The problem with an old driver is that he sees too much and soon gets tired of it. Those girls basically have double eyelids, conical faces, false eyelashes, beautiful pupils, and a thick layer of powder. Even their mother's cute and coquettish actions and expressions seem to be collectively trained by Lanxiang, and it is inevitable that they will lose their appetite after seeing them. Chun Xiang's appetite is not very good. He is also afraid of his kidney deficiency, so he quickly abandoned these visible, audible, and untouchable girl anchors and went to find new fun. More than half a month ago, Chun Xiang wandered in Whale TV and inadvertently clicked on the newcomer recommendation on the homepage and entered the live broadcast room of a newcomer named Lu Fei. Then he became a member of Lu Jiajun. At that time, what moved Chun Xiang was that the Lu Fei anchor lived in almost the same place as him. Through the dialogue, he learned that the latter was also drifting in Beijing. Perhaps it was because of mutual appreciation or sympathy. He rewarded 1,000 fishballs and will for the first time, which was equivalent to the money for his lunch. He likes to listen to Lu Fei's playing and singing. He likes the anchor's optimism and humor, and he likes the other party's original folk songs. He felt as if those songs were written in his heart. Chun Xiang's economic ability is limited, and he can't spend money like a local tyrant. What he can do is to send a little bit of popularity when watching the live broadcast. Chun Xiang knew early that Lu Fei was going to participate in the Whale TBK theme show, so he decided to support him with action. From this morning until evening, he brushed hundreds of promotion posts on major forums. Although these posts were all crushed into powder, and even their accounts were all banned, Chun Xiang was still very happy, sharing the joy of conquering the internet world with thousands of fans. Moreover, he was lucky enough to get a red packet worth tens of yuan from the group owner, Li Bai. Chun Xiang decided to give all these red envelopes as fishballs to Lu Fei. At the same time, he also hoped that Lu Fei's theme show in the evening would be exciting and good, and he would win the top 5 in the PK competition. So as soon as 8 o'clock arrived, Chun Xiang and thousands of fans entered Lu Fei's live broadcast room as soon as possible. Then they were first appreciated for 3 minutes of advertising. I'll go, Whale TV is getting more and more unscrupulous. Advertising is vulgar. My life has been wasted for another 3 minutes. Yes, 3 minutes is enough for the brother in front to finish his work, take off his clothes and put on his clothes. Ha ha ha. Don't talk about it, everyone. Look at the advertisement. The above companies have closed down. 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 The above companies. Although it's advertising time, there are so many happy barrage comments, so it's really not boring. Chun Xiang happily tapped on the keyboard and typed the same content. Together with the dense barrage, the advertising picture was tightly blocked. At this moment, the online popularity of Lu Fei's live broadcast room has exceeded 300,000, reaching its highest peak in the past. Such a situation is normal. First of all, the organization of Lu Jiajun's fan group is quite high, and the promotion before PK is quite effective. Countless hardcore fans and passers-by fans have come in at the time to support, coupled with the theme recommendation on the homepage of the website. There are also a large number of tourists watching the excitement. But whether these tourists can stay or not depends on the ability of the anchor. Although Whale TV has carried out a long publicity for this event, and a brief outbreak of popularity is normal, if it is scattered into 24 live broadcast rooms, it will form a fierce competition. Chun Xiang suddenly worried. He knew that Lu Fei's opponents were very strong, and it was really difficult to get into the top 5. In the midst of worry, the 3-minute advertisement ended. The live broadcast screen was displayed in an instant, and it was still the familiar scene and familiar people. Lu Fei on the screen was smiling. He was holding a guitar, and his eyes flashed with confidence. Good evening, everyone. I'm your anchor, Lu Fei. It's a pleasure to meet you again at the theme show. The theme of the live broadcast I brought to my friends tonight is called graduation season. I believe that all of your friends in front of the screen, have experienced the moment of graduation. I also believe that you have or have had a good time on campus. I will use my singing to bring you to cherish and recall the beauty of your school days. Thank you. The opening remarks were very good, pointing out the theme of the live broadcast and easily evoking Chan Xiang's memories. He suddenly didn't worry anymore. The next moment, the anchor's image was reduced and switched to the upper right corner, and the main interface showed an edited movie picture. The name of the first song is called Love in the Wind, an original campus folk song. I hope you can like it. The prelude of the gentle playing, and the laughing and chasing boys and girls in the movie and video, instantly brought everyone into the youth of campus life. That day at dusk, snow began to fall. Sadness blooming all over the hills, waiting for youth to end. Midnight movies full of ancient love, in the dark singing for youth. The beautiful and moving melody with a slightly sad voice made those memories of youth suddenly become very vivid. Chen Xiang and the 300,000 plus viewers in Lu Fei's live broadcast room heard this song Love in the Wind for the first time. The barrage on the screen was like a waterfall that suddenly stopped, leaving only a trace of waterline. Until Lu Chan sang the first time affectionately, the story was just over half. Enrollment, meeting, getting to know each other, first love, misunderstanding, breakup. The pictures perfectly set off the lyrics. The barrage increased again. I've seen this movie. It's so moving. Was this song written by the anchor himself? Nonsense, our Lu Fei is an original talent and the prince of folk songs. His songs are all written by himself. Throwing the original theme song of the movie 3 Streets. Throwing 3 Streets plus 1, I want to cry, the anchor compensate me. It's really nice, I like it. Lu Chun ignored all the comments. His mind was completely immersed in the mood of the song and continued to play and sing for the second time. Graduation, travel, struggle, missing, reunion, true love. The long movie was condensed into a few minutes. Commemoration of Youth at the Age of 19 was a youth film released in domestic cinemas at the beginning of the year. Its box office of 290 million set a record for the same type of film. Many people have seen this movie. The story in the movie may be cliché, but no one will care about it because listening to the song is enough at this time. I believe in the age of love. The song that I couldn't sing to you, let me often recall it in my life. As the song came to an end, the style of the barrage changed. Chin Xiaoi, I love you. Sun Yahan, I miss you so much. Li Miao Miao of class 7, 3rd grade. I'll wait for you by the woods after class. Wang Chong, you are a bastard. But I like you. Zhang Jia, I want to make love to you again. The words that she usually wanted to say but didn't dare to say. Those words that were pressed in her heart suddenly burst out and wantonly vented. Although it was the beginning, it was close to the climax. After the song Love in the Wind was sung, the barrage was like a tide of rewards. At 8:10 p.m., Whale TV Lu Fei Live Broadcasting Room. Online popularity, 392017. Chapter 57. Lin Sung, I like you. With all his strength and courage, Chan Xiang typed 7 words on the Fian black keyboard. He bought for 29 yuan and sent them out together with all the fish balls in his account. Lin Sung was the flower of his university and the object of his hard love for 4 years. But because of his own ordinary, Chan Xiang has buried this fiery feeling in the bottom of his heart and never told anyone about it. He thought that time would dilute everything, and those young and naive yearnings would go with the wind and no longer linger in his heart. But now that he heard this song Love in the Wind, he knew that he was wrong. Some feelings are not so easy to forget. The longer the time, the more fermented it is, and it can't be erased. I believe in the age of love. The songs that I can't sing to you, let me often recall in my life. Chun Xiang hated his timidity. If he had bravely confessed once, then even if he was ruthlessly rejected, at least now he could calmly face his former feelings. Fortunately, after typing out what he wanted to say a long time ago, his mood was inexplicably relaxed. Let bygones be bygones. Oops. Chun Xiang suddenly slapped himself in the face, neither lightly nor heavily. He was just impulsive and sent out all the fish balls, but the live show has just begun. It should be sent out one song at a time, which is the most economical and correct way to do it. I am such a pig. In a basement of a community in Beijing, a man beat his chest and stamped his feet in annoyance. At this moment, Lu Chan, who had finished playing and singing Love in the Wind, was very satisfied with the opening he deliberately created. For this PK theme show, he made careful preparations and considered all aspects of the situation. Choosing a song is naturally the top priority. There are too many songs in Lu Chen's memory, but in line with the theme of graduation season, his choice is limited. Love in the Wind, which Lu Chen only sang once in the bar, can be regarded as an original work. He used this song as the opening song instead of You Who Sat Next to Me and Cinderella, in order to give his main fan group a big surprise. You Who Sat Next to Me and Cinderella are admittedly real masterpieces, but most of the fans have heard them many times. It's difficult to arouse their hearts again. It may be good to pave the atmosphere, but it's not conducive to gaining the upper hand. The PK theme show is not an ordinary live broadcast performance. It has a strong competitive competition nature. Each of the 24 anchors is extraordinary. In order to stand out among them, Lu Chan must find ways to retain every fan and tourist, increasing himself and weakening his opponents at the same time. Not bad. Therefore, the creation of the atmosphere in the live broadcast room was the key. Big would not only increase the cohesion of the fans, but it would also attract a large number of passers-by to stay and continue watching the fun. In order to enhance the singing effect of Love in the Wind, Lu Chan also specially edited the popular movie clip of 19-year-old Youth Memorial to further enhance the charm of the song. The increasing number of fish balls at an alarming rate proved that his hard work was not in vain. Lu Chan struck while the iron was hot and said to the microphone, "In the memory of youth there are people we like, and there are our brothers and sisters. The following song is still my new original song, still a campus folk song. The first song was a new song, and the second song was unexpectedly a new work." The atmosphere in the live broadcast room suddenly exploded. Lu Feida is mighty. The prince of folk songs deserves his reputation, dominating the whale but me. Good, 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 good. I want to repeat it 10,000 times. All the songs that the anchor sang in the evening were his own original songs. Do you think it's great? Really? Even the students from the Music Academy are not so in 13, right? What's the Music Academy? Our Lu Feida just casually threw out a song and beat the first class. Beat the first class? You can really brag. If it's all original live broadcasts and the first song is good, I'll eat the keyboard. Sit and wait to eat the keyboard. Watch and eat the keyboard. Pay attention to the formation below. Watch and eat the keyboard +1. Watch and eat the keyboard +2. Watch and eat the keyboard +3. Watch and watch. Although it was one-sided applause and praise, there were also doubts mixed in. After all, many of the audience were tourists and passers-by, not loyal fans, so it was inevitable that there would be different opinions. And this kind of doubt is obviously very normal. Today's pop music world is not the 80s and 90s. The power of originality has long declined. Most idol stars in the music industry imitate Europe, America, Japan, and South Korea. They are used to directly cover foreign works, which saves time and effort and can please fans and make a lot of money. In this atmosphere, there have not been many classic works in China in recent years. Fast songs, rap songs, and the so-called divine songs are popular for a time, full of noise and impetuosity. Lu Chen's original folk songs are obviously not like this. Although everyone is not a professional and can't say much, they can listen with their ears and feel with their hearts. Whether a good song is not blown out by the mouth, to be continued, but in the 2-hour live broadcast in the evening, he will sing more than 3 or 4 songs. It's fine if the first song is an original, but who will believe that the first song is a masterpiece? This is where the doubts of passers-by come. But they don't know Lu Chan, let alone the confidence that Lu Jiejun's fan group has in Lu Chan. As a result, they were immediately surrounded by countless fish fans, waiting to eat the keyboard. Of course, Lu Chan saw the contents of the exploded barrage, but he just laughed it off. Whether it's questioning or ridicule, fighting back with quarrels is the stupidest way. Not to mention interrupting his own rhythm and wasting precious time of the live broadcast. If there are media judges watching it on the spot, it will be a big loss of points. This PK theme show is very important to Lu Chan, and his mind is very clear. Want to lead the rhythm? Save it. Everyone, don't watch anymore, because I think you will like the following song. Especially my fellow men. This song was written for you. Of course, women, don't be angry, because the third song will be dedicated to the most beautiful and lovely you. Please listen to the brother who sleeps on my upper bunk. As soon as Lu Chen's voice fell, the live interface immediately showed a new movie screen and a new edited MV. The direction of the barrage immediately changed, and no one paid any more attention to the guy who was crushed to powder. My brother. I've seen this film, and I went with my ex-girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend? Then you should go with your gay friend. What a good oil blanket. Go to hell. Everyone, listen to the song. I will always support Lu Fei-da. Long live the men. Long live the new song. Long live Lu Fei-da. The women express their regret and love the anchor. The brother who sleeps on my upper bunk? Haha, it's a fatty who sleeps on my upper bunk. I'm always worried that the bed will collapse. Brother, My Brother, and 19-Year-Old Youth Memorial are both urban youth films. The former's box office is far less than the latter, but its reputation is far better. When it was released last year, it attracted countless praise. The story of the film tells the story of two classmates and friends who fell in love with the same girl at school, and then agreed to compete with each other after graduation, thus embarking on their different life paths. My Brother is very inspiring, and the ending is unexpected. The two leading actors performed very well, and with this film, both won the Best Actor laurel of the 2014 Capital University Film Festival. Therefore, as soon as Lu Chan played the edited film video, someone immediately said the name. And this is exactly the effect he wants to achieve. The prelude melody sounded, and the singing followed. The brother who sleeps on my upper bunk, you soundless and unseen. The questions you once asked me, now no one asks again. Give me the brother who smokes cigarettes, give me the happy past, you always can't guess the coin in my hand. Shake your head and say it's too mysterious. You write more and more polite letters, you don't mention a word about love, you say you have a lot of friends now, but don't worry about those things anymore. 817. Whale TV Lu Fei Live Broadcast Room. Online popularity. 463660. Note. The brother who sleeps on my upper bunk lyrics/composer. Gao Shaosong. Chapter 58. Love and friendship had always been the eternal and unchanging theme on campus. Lu Chen's first song Love in the Wind is about love, and the second song The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk is undoubtedly about friendship, which belongs to the true friendship between classmates and buddies. Many people didn't get love when they were students, and they didn't even know what love was. But there are very few people who don't have friendship. This song The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk uses simple words with a faint sad tune. As if inadvertently, it gently hits the softest place in their hearts. Then all kinds of memories that sink in the bottom of their hearts will suddenly come to their minds. Blurred faces begin to become clear, strange voices gradually become familiar, and easily evoke everyone's memories of youth. Playing, running, fighting on campus. Until after graduation, they went their separate ways and gradually lost contact. Primary school, junior high school, college, how many figures who used to accompany and know each other disappeared in the memory of time. The brother who slept on my upper bunk sleeps in my lonely memories. The girl you always talked about in those days, did she give you her hairband? You said that every time you look back at the sunset, every time you hear the evening bell, the dribs and drabs of the past will surge in your heart, that you don't have time to be sad. You write more and more polite letters, you don't mention a word about love, you say you have a lot of friends now, but don't worry about those things anymore. You ask me when we can go back together. Look at our dormitory, our past. The words you engraved on the wall are still clear. From then on, no one can erase it. Oh, the barrage displayed on the screen is getting fewer and fewer. Those who watch the live broadcast, listen very carefully to this moving song that touches the heartstrings. The scenes in the movie flashed in front of their eyes. The lyrics and singing seemed to be like gurgling water, slowly flowing in their hearts, moving and melancholy. The brother who slept on my upper bunk sleeps in my lonely memories. The questions you once asked me, now no one asks me. Give me a brother who smokes cigarettes, give me a happy past. The questions you once asked me, now no one asks me, now no one asks me, now no one asks me. At the end of the song, the audience was silent. Then rewards started flooding the screen. System notification. Call Me Li Bai Silver 7 has gifted the host an aircraft carrier. System notification. Big Brother Whale, Gold 6, has gifted the host an aircraft carrier. System notification. Prince Lon Ling Gold I has gifted the host an aircraft carrier. System notification. Riding a crane down to Yangzhou Iron Centipede has gifted the host an aircraft carrier. System notification. Tiger Hits Wusong Gold 3 has gifted the host an aircraft carrier. A continuous stream of domineering aircraft carriers crossed the screen, mercilessly covering an astonishing number of fish balls. In addition to a few local tyrant fans that Lu Chun was familiar with, there were another 6 or 7 new supporters. After tipping an aircraft carrier, the live broadcast website system would automatically pop up a celebratory message across the entire platform. As long as it was on the platform, whether it was in the live broadcast room or the forum, all online members would be able to see it. Gently clicking on the celebration bar would immediately send you to the corresponding live broadcast room, which would then form a good promotional effect. It is precisely because of such a linkage mechanism that in any live broadcast platform, the strong are often stronger. Popular anchors have the support of a large number of high-level fans, and they can easily gather countless popularity. However, it is still rare for more than a dozen aircraft carriers to appear in the same live broadcast room in succession. While the number of fishballs in Lu Fei's live broadcast room soared, his online popularity also soared. Of course, it was impossible for other PK theme show anchors to not see it. All of them thought that this was a challenge to them, so the local tycoons who supported them came down one after another, and the aircraft carriers worth 1,000 yuan flew all over the sky. The atmosphere of Whaletive was extremely hot. I'm afraid that even the event officials did not expect such a situation. Less than half an hour after the start of the PK, the major anchors had already started fighting. Tonight will definitely be a fierce battle. Capital Beijing, Ping'an District. Ping'an District is located in the prime area of the Second Ring Road, which belongs to the core hinterland of Beijing. The housing prices are among the best in the country. Those who can buy a house in the district are not ordinary people. In a room on the 3rd floor of the A7 villa, a short-haired young man in his 20s was sitting in front of the computer, his fingers flying on the keyboard, and from time to time, he held the mouse and clicked a few times. Little Bai, you are really capable now. Where did you find this master? Interesting. Suddenly a message popped up, showing the ID Earthies. The short-haired young man smiled disdainfully and quickly replied, "What? Are you afraid? If you are afraid, then admit defeat." Earthies, afraid? When have I old Sa been afraid? Why did you throw so many fishballs down? You are really ruthless. What's this fishball? The short-haired young man despised. It's not enough for you to eat a meal. Don't tell me you didn't throw it on you, Gidge. Earthies. It's a small matter how many fishballs I throw, but it's boring if I throw too many. That will make others laugh at us two fools. Let's talk about a number? The short-haired young man hesitated and replied, "How much do you say?" Earthies. "No more than 5, and I can't let others help me." The short-haired young man. "No problem." Earthies. Then it's a deal. You just wait to admit defeat." The short-haired young man. "In your dreams." After closing the conversation with Earthies, the short-haired young man looked at Lu Chan on the screen and fell into deep thought. 5 figures equaled 50,000. He had already gifted 15 aircraft carriers, which was equivalent to 5 figures. The number of rewards affected the popularity index, which was one of the ranking indicators of the PK theme show. Although the number of fishballs did not really determine the final ranking, the proportion was still not low. According to the agreement with his opponent, the short-haired young man could continue to throw 35 aircraft carriers in Lu Fei's live broadcast room. If it was in normal times it would be amazing, but now it was nothing at all in PK. The most popular anchors had millions of fans in popularity, and they could easily get tens of thousands of rewards. In contrast, Lu Chen's accumulation was too little. The short-haired young man didn't mean to go back on his word or cheat, because he couldn't afford to lose such a person, and the other party was the same. So apart from the rewards, the rest could only rely on Lu Chan himself. At least so far, Lu Chen's data is rising steadily, and there is hope for him to break into the top 5. He couldn't help but type 2 words on the keyboard. Come on. Lu Feida, come on. The brother who slept on my upper bunk, give me a cigarette. I also think of my upper bunk. Although I am a girl, I also like this new song very much, and I am looking forward to the third song. Like +1, look forward +10,000. Where is the guy who just said he would eat the keyboard? Post the live broadcast address. Haha, be sure to watch. That grandson ran away long ago. Lu Chen's second song, The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk. The atmosphere in the live broadcast room was more lively than before. There were thousands of barrage discussing the song, and many people were recalling their classmates and friends. Most of the people who like live broadcast are single dogs. Compared with Love in the Wind, they prefer this song about friendship. At 8:27, Whale TV Lu Fei Live Broadcast Room. Online popularity, 517922. The continuous increase in popularity data shows that the graduation season theme show has been very successful so far. Most of the audience who came in stayed. They were attracted by Lu Chen's playing and singing performance, and the number of fish powder increased simultaneously. 500,000 plus. The smile on Lu Chen's face became more confident. He didn't waste time and said, "The brother who slept on my upper bunk is dedicated to all my male compatriots. Of course, the following song is dedicated to all my female compatriots. Thank you for supporting me here on such a night. A Cinderella for everyone." The third song is Cinderella, because there is nothing more appropriate than this song. Although he has played and sung many times, this time Lu Chen prepared a little surprise for his female fans. Chapter 59. The vast number of male compatriots is undoubtedly the main audience legion of all live broadcasting platforms. Whether it is a single dog or a loving dog, whether it is a student or a working dog, energetic young people can always find their own fun in different live broadcasting rooms. Watching girls act cute and sing, learning about master games, watching outdoor experts fishing and hunting, however, always remember this, but the growing number of female compatriots must not be ignored. Especially for an anchor like Lu Chen who sells his talents, the number of charming fans in his fish fan circle, that is, the number of female fans, is quite considerable, and it is a group that must be taken care of. Compared with Wang fans, charming fans have a very valuable quality, that is, they are often very careful, good at using promotional activities on the website to earn free fish balls, and then reward them to the anchor they like. Don't underestimate the promotional nature of free fish balls. The number of 10 or hundreds of people who can receive it is not much. Thousands of people are very powerful, and the average reward rate of charming fans is much higher than that of Wang fans. Therefore, Lu Chen chose the third song of the PK Live show as Cinderella. The beautiful girls are anchors, not the audience, so this song will definitely arouse their resonance and love. Which girl doesn't have the dream of Cinderella in her heart? In order to show his sincerity, Lu Chen also specially made a flash animation MV for this song. The previous MV of the new song, because it is edited with movie footage and lyrics, is very simple and easy to produce. However, this 7-minute animation belongs to Lu Chen's original content. Although it is not a professional level work, it also uses some small materials from the internet, and it took him 3 days. Lu Fei works first, for exquisite artistic fonts appeared in the live interface. However, the main title gradually faded, and the words Cinderella/lyrics, Lu Fei/animation, Lu Fei/post, Lu Fei slowly appeared, and a shadowy sketch of a girl appeared on the screen. Wow! The anchor is so talented. He can play, sing, create original works, and make animation. It's great. Lu Fei de rape flower. I must record it and save it on the computer to enjoy. You can obviously rely on your face to eat. Why do you have to rely on talent? I really can't figure it out. Stop talking, let's listen to the song. Listen to music. Just as Lu Chen expected, the animation he made hit the cute spot of the seductive fans. 100 fish balls appeared in waves, and the combo frequently reached 100 plus, fully demonstrating the fighting power of the girls. How did I fall in love with you? I'm asking myself. I can give up anything, but I can't believe I can't leave today. You are not beautiful, but you are extremely cute. Oh Cinderella, my Cinderella. Simple guitar playing without any electronic accompaniment. Lu Chen's voice was as clean and clear as ever, full of emotion, like a clear spring that could wash away the impetuosity and worries in people's hearts, making everyone unconsciously fall into the mood of the song. The animation presented in the live broadcast interface perfectly matched the theme of the lyrics. The story of an ordinary girl and a handsome and talented man meeting and falling in love on campus was outlined with plain colors and simplified lines. Although it was not very exquisite, it was still able to deeply move the hearts of the girls who liked and pursued romance. At this time, countless male compatriots have shown their generosity and tolerance. Not many people use the barrage to make noise, leaving the space to the seductive fans. Maybe waiting for you to come. After 5 minutes of playing and singing, the animation continued to play for 1 minute, leaving everyone a happy ending. Those who like, appreciate, admire, and be moved are all expressed in the barrage and fish balls. 8:45. Whale TV Lu Fei Live Broadcast Room. Online popularity. 579020. At the same time, Whale TV's hot list was updated again. The hot list, located in a prominent position on the homepage, has a total of 12 places. According to the online popularity of the live broadcast room, the number of barrage and the number of gifts, a fixed formula is used to convert the corresponding value automatically ranked, which is one of the most important factors to measure the strength of an anchor. On Whale TV's hot list, it is refreshed every 15 minutes. Since the official start of the PK theme show at 8 o'clock, Whale TV's number 1 female anchor Chinger Baby has been firmly occupying the top spot on the hot list. She has not given up the throne even after 3 refreshes, showing her strong popularity. The competition for the 11 positions below her is also fierce, and all the popular anchors on the list are, without exception, popular anchors. In the first 2 updates, Lu Chun was not on the list. But after the list was refreshed at 8:45, he was ranked 11th. Lu Feida is on the hot list of the whole station. Immediately, a sharp-eyed fan noticed and quickly typed a barrage. 11th. Immediately there was a tide of response. General Lu is big and mighty. Congratulations to the anchor. You have climbed to the peak again and won the championship. Ha ha ha, let's keep up the good work and help the anchor continue to rush up. Rush, rush. The people of Zhongbei send a congratulatory message. The people of Sichuan send a congratulatory message. The people of Beijing send a congratulatory message. The people of Shanghai send a congratulatory message. The people of Taiwan send a congratulatory message. The people of Chaoshan. Congratulatory messages filled the screen, all of which congratulated Lu Chan on his first achievement in the PK theme show. It's really not easy for Lu Fei's live broadcasting room to be on the hot list of the whole station, and it is also worth congratulating. Although it has been on the list before, there was no fierce competition like the PK theme show at night at that time, and there was a lot of chance for it to be on the list. Now that he is on the list at this time, it is a real proof of popularity, and Lu Chen's basic data is the lowest among all 24 PK anchors, so it naturally seems extraordinary. Many fish fans understand this, so they feel proud, because Lu Chen's success is inseparable from their support, and his achievements are worth sharing with more than 500,000 online viewers. And countless Lu Jiajun members believe that Lu Chen will definitely be able to rush to the top 5 throne of PK. But for Lu Chen's competitors, especially those with similar rankings, it is quite annoying. This year's Whale TV theme show rewards are very rich. It is a rare big deal for Whale TV this year. The publicity and promotion work are in place, showing the official determination to reinvigorate the glory of the website. As a first line and top anchor in Whale TV, no one wants to admit defeat in this competition. The strong want to be stronger, and the second strong want to replace the position of the strong. It is natural that the competition is fierce. The 24 anchors who participated in the PK theme show were notified by the website early and knew the list of competitors in advance. If they want to win, it is absolutely necessary to know themselves and their opponents in advance. Lu Chun, also known as Lu Fei, was originally not taken seriously by anyone. As a new anchor of Whale TV, his qualifications are too shallow. Although the momentum of his rise is very fast, the lack of enough fan accumulation is a fatal weakness, and he is destined to be a soy sauce character. As for the theme of the graduation season and the original folk song, it is nothing more than a grandstanding move to gain popularity. They will use facts to teach their opponents a lesson, and let Lu Chan know that newcomers are newcomers and don't try to challenge the top. However, the facts have given those opponents who despise Lu Chan a loud slap in the face. Nearly half of the live show PK time, Lu Chan has reached the 11th place on the hot list of the whole station, with an online popularity of nearly 600,000. With such data, if you say that you don't have the qualifications to challenge the top 5, you have to lie with your eyes open. Some fan support groups of anchors with similar rankings quickly noticed the threat from Lu Chan. While they strengthen their support for their anchors, they also plan targeted means in the group. There is a possibility of manipulation in any list. There are many ways to suppress a competitor, such as finding violations to report, making a scene in the room to brush black barrage, pretending to be a black fan, and so on. Some fans are fanatical and will not speak any reason at all. With the update of the hot list, an undercurrent rushed towards Lu Fei's live broadcast room. At this moment, Lu Chan was still unaware of it. He was preparing to sing the 4th song. Chapter 60. The 4th song is also a new song. For this PK Live show, Lu Chan prepared 5 new songs to debut on Whale TV. He has already sung Love in the Wind and The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk before. The 3rd song, Cinderella, is a foreshadowing. The 4th song will be a new song to maintain the current high popularity and further improve. The audience always likes the new and hates the old. Lu Chan is going to conquer everyone with a steady stream of original works. But before singing, in accordance with international practice, he expressed his thanks to the local tycoons who gave him rewards. Rewarding and thanking is the daily routine of anchors. Many small anchors have to thank others by name even if they give 100 fish balls, in order to win over fans and increase popularity, so that the audience who gave them rewards have a sense of accomplishment. Lu Chan can't do this. It's not that he wants to be a big shot, but there are too many people who have given hundreds or thousands of fish balls. If he thanks them one by one, he won't have to sing in this live show. Just thanking them is enough. The most important thing is that he has won the love and support of fish fans, not by acting cute and brushing his mouth, but by strength. Of course, local tycoons like Li Bai and Big Brother must be thanked. Here to express my heartfelt thanks. With your support, I have the motivation to struggle. The following song is also my original work. It is also a folk song, and it is also the first time I sang it. I hope you like it. Just as Lu Chan thanked the local tycoons and fans, he entered Lu Fei's live broadcast room. Swayan is definitely not his real name. His real name is Swayan, an editor of Yunjing Music Network. Founded in 2007, Yunjing Music Network is one of the top 5 music websites in China. Swayan has joined the website as an insider for 5 years, and can be regarded as a senior editor. In addition, he also has a temporary identity at the moment, that is, one of the 12 judges of Whale TV PK live show. He has the power to rate and evaluate the 24 participating anchors, and has the ability to affect the final ranking. When he clicked into Lu Fei's live broadcast room, Swayan was in a very bad mood. The live broadcast room he entered belongs to a female anchor named Yu Gij. In all honesty, the anchor is very beautiful, and she has at least 8 points under careful dressing. Unfortunately, what is she performing? She sings a song for 1 minute, but she has to act coquettishly for 3 minutes. What's amazing is not singing but pouting, frowning, squeezing face, shaking chest. That chest is squeezed from B cup to C+ cup. Swayan was defeated after watching for 3 minutes. If it weren't for his duties as a judge, he wouldn't have been able to stay for 3 seconds. As for Lu Fei, the theme of his show was called Graduation Season, which seemed a little interesting and suited to the current season. But what the hell was a campus folk song? And in the theme, he is a new folk song of folk songs of the new generation. Young people nowadays don't even blush when they brag. As a real industry person, Swayan is very helpless. On the one hand, the original power of domestic pop music is declining. On the other hand, all the newcomers claim to be able to write original songs. In the end, they are all rubbish songs bought with money. Even if they change their appearance and title their own works, they still coax fans to spend a lot of money. As an editor of a music website, Swayan has encountered too many such things. Now he wants to vomit when he sees original works. So he doesn't have any expectations at all. He is completely in line with the professional attitude of taking money to do things. As a result, as soon as he entered the live broadcast room, Swayan saw a young man holding a guitar and talking to the microphone. His impression suddenly became very bad. Swayan instinctively wanted to click the exit option in the upper right corner, but he resisted and moved the cursor to playback. Swayan logged in with a privileged account issued by the official Whale TV. The privileged account can't see the barrage or reward messages in the live broadcast room, and it is invisible when entering and exiting, and can play back the past live broadcast content. He wants to start browsing from the very beginning and also gives the young man 3 minutes of time. If 3 minutes can't make Swayan interested, then he will say goodbye to the anchor. As for the 10 blue whales in the account, he will not waste any of them. The live playback began. 3 minutes later, Swayan sat motionless, with a look of surprise on his face, because he found that he almost missed a talent. He never dreamed that the song played and sung by the anchor named Lu Fei turned out to be an original work, but also a very good work. At least in recent years, few folk songs can be compared to it. Love in the Wind, campus folk song, original newcomer. Swayan suddenly had a feeling of finding a treasure in the utility room, and he couldn't help but get excited. After the first song was sung, Swayan suppressed the idea of listening to it again, and dragged the progress bar to fast forward to the second song. The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk. It was still an original work, and the similar style was played and sung perfectly and very moving. Swayan was completely speechless. When did such a talented young man appear in the already declining folk song world? Swayan was 100% sure that he had never heard of these two songs before, and the face of the anchor was also very strange. Then the third song, Cinderella. Swayan's face turned red, not because he was moved. He had long passed the age of being moved, but because he was too excited. Without the slightest hesitation, he sent out 5 of the 10 blue whales in his account. 1 blue whale represents 1 good comment. The more good comments the anchor receives, it will affect the final ranking. The reason why Swayan didn't send out all the blue whales was that according to the rules, he could only send 50% to one anchor. After sending out 5 good comments, Swayan was still not satisfied. He copied the link address of the live broadcast room, opened the QQ sticky post and sent it to 2 friends in the circle. You should see this young man and listen to his songs. His 2 friends are also the judges of the Whale TPK live show. Swayan would rather keep all the good comments in his account than send them out easily, but for this anchor named Lu Fei, he only hates that his votes are limited, so he needs the support of his companions. If this PK live show is given to those who show off their coquettishness, Swayan will feel sorry for himself, and Lu Chun knew nothing about this. When Swayan played back the live broadcast, he was singing the 4th song of the graduation season. The name of this new song is The Bright Times of Youth. Back in May at the end of spring, there are not many people in the market in the early morning. Children sing in front of the door. The sun warms the stream. Willow catkins blow in the strong wind. People under the shadow of the tree want to sleep. The silent people begin to be happy from this moment, the puppet that takes off the cold winter. My melancholy white shirt, the first cigarette in the pocket of youth, my first awakening of love. Never dared to tell you. The first song of the graduation season, Love in the Wind, is about love. The second song, The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk, for boys represents friendship. And the third song, Cinderella, for girls is about the fantasy of love. Then this song, The Bright Times of Youth, is about nostalgia. Nostalgia for the time of youth. Nostalgia for that very innocent era. Nostalgia for ignorant love, simple life and carefree days. In the lyrics, the house covered with ivy, the neighbor under the eaves, the persimmon tree, the radio, all reflect a strong nostalgia. Listening to him playing and singing, it is as if returning to that very good time. The people who can most resonate with this song are undoubtedly people born in the 1970s, 1980s and early 1990s, because they have a deep memory of that era. The playful teenager holds the comic book and doesn't let go. Accompanies me to sleep, is the sorrow of the moon, and the pillow full of dreams, the pillow covered with saliva. Vaguely in the dream, do you often recall the past? Many fans who listen to the song are touched. Nice song, it reminds me of when I was a child. When I was a child +1, when I was still in the countryside, I played every day fishing, catching frogs, catching loaches. Now there are no villages, only farmhouses. I want to eat maltose candy, big roll, fruit pith peel, Arctic popsicle. The foodie in front, wait for me. My favorite radio was thrown away by my mother 5555. Have you seen the comic strip? I want to say, what a lousy song, the singing is so bad. And there are people supporting it? What a big joke. Is this the level of the hot list? Brushed, right? It's too old, what campus folk song, it's ridiculous. Hee hee. Suddenly, in the large and warm barrage, there was a dazzling ridicule. And the number is getting more and more. Note: The Bright Times of Youth lyrics/composer, Zhao Lei. Chapter 61. If there are fans, there will naturally be haters. Since Lu Chan started live broadcasting in Whale, his popularity has been rising steadily, and his fish fans have been increasing. The momentum of his rise is extremely strong, and it is inevitable that he has attracted some haters. Haters were everywhere. Whether it was in games, forums, QQ groups, or live broadcast rooms, there were always a few active figures. They spared no effort to spit out venom, created rumors and stirred up trouble without distinguishing right from wrong, and provoked fierce battles. Whoever was popular, they would be eliminated. The composition of haters is very complicated. Some are extremely bored, some are naturally jealous, and some are from competitors. Lu Chen's live broadcasting room has encountered haters several times, but because the three moderators, including Li Bai, have good control, they haven't caused much trouble. But this time the situation is completely different. He has just finished playing and singing The Bright Times of Youth. In the warm and beautiful atmosphere of everyone reminiscing about the past, countless black bullet screens suddenly appeared, which seems very abnormal. Trash anchor, get out of Whale TV. This song is too ugly. It's an insult to my ears. Hee hee, compared to our Chinger baby, it's simply a scum. Pure Brother is 3 streets away from the anchor. Everyone go and support him. If you want to talk about guitar playing and singing, you have to look at Boss Sun. This person is not even worthy of helping Boss Sun. Let's go. This live broadcasting room is so boring. I'm going to see Miss Rain. When the black bullet screen first appeared, Lu Jejun's fish fans didn't immediately react. After all, it was normal for hundreds of thousands of online viewers to have some objections, and no one took it seriously. Moreover, there are moderators in the live broadcasting room, and the haters can be cleared out with a click of the mouse. But when hundreds and thousands of black bullet screens appeared, anyone could see the problem. Lu Feida has been attacked? Many fans were furious. It felt like when they were tasting a cup of warm milk tea, they suddenly found a few green flies floating in the cup, and they were immediately disgusted. In anger, they immediately launched a counterattack. Where did these haters come from? Get out of here. Kill the whole family of haters. What Chinger baby? Doesn't she only know how to show off? How dare she compare with our Lu Feida? Get out. Get out. Get lost. Scram. What is the housekeeper doing? Why don't you kick these haters out and block their accounts and IPs? When a person is famous, there will be many disputes. Some people are jealous of Lu Feida. These people are too disgusting. In fact, the 3 room managers had already taken action to clear the names and kick people out of the room. However, there were too many black pieces, and they couldn't deal with them in time, so they didn't have much of an effect. Li Bai quickly sent a private message to Lu Chan. Be careful, someone is targeting us. Don't fall into their trap. The haters in the live broadcast platform were best at sowing discord. They deliberately pretended to be fans of a certain host and went to another live broadcast room to slander them, provoking a war between the fans of both sides. Although this kind of method was very low level because most of the fans were young and not rational enough, they were aroused with just a few words. Regardless of the consequences, they would fight it out first. In the end, both sides suffered losses. Li Bai had played live broadcasts for a long time, so he was very familiar with the tricks involved. Moreover, this time he was betting with others. Although there was an agreement to limit the reward, it didn't say that he couldn't play other tricks. He had even guessed the existence of several real culprits behind the scenes. But at this time, Li Bai couldn't explain too much to Lu Chan, because it was easy to affect the other party's emotions and affect the effect of the live broadcast. Moreover, if Lu Chan lost his mind in anger, he would really fall into a trap. Li Bai's scruples were reasonable, but he also underestimated Lu Chan. Lu Chan had never eaten pork, but he had seen pigs run away. He didn't need Li Bai's reminder to be alert. He immediately said to the microphone, "Please calm down, everyone. Don't be led by the haters, and please don't go to other anchors' rooms to quarrel, because that is what the haters want." Lu Chun put down the guitar and showed a relaxed and confident smile on his face. Don't quarrel and curse, because this is what the haters are best at. They are used to using their shamelessness to pull others to the same level as them, and then use their rich experience of shamelessness to defeat their opponents. We are not on the same level as them. We should look down at them from above. At this time we just need to smile. Just like me, a contemptuous smile. His smile was contemptuous, but it didn't make people feel disgusted at all. Instead, they felt that it was very interesting. Ha ha ha, Lu Feda is right. Contemptuous of the haters. Please look at my contemptuous smile. High-level skill. Lu Fei's contempt. Damage plus 1000, psychic impact plus 9, haters plus 500% damage. They are used to using their shamelessness. Haha, Lu Feda said it so well. Wise words. I'm going to take these words away. Don't fight with me. Trying to lead the way? That's an insult to our intelligence. Support the host. The direction of the bullet screen was instantly reversed by Lu Chun. A large number of mocking bullet screen directly crushed the haters' words into pieces. A few rich fans even tipped aircraft carriers, boosting their morale. Compared to the 600,000 online viewers and the tens of thousands of Lu Jejun members, a mere few hundred to 1,000 haters could only be arrogant for a few seconds. Regardless of whether they wanted to lead the way or stir up trouble, they were destined to fail. Lu Chen's counterattack method was not limited to just that. What was he best at? Singing. Then he would use his singing to fight back against those with ulterior motives. Tonight I'm very happy. Because of your support, I've achieved an unimaginable miracle. I've appeared on the homepage's trending list, ranked 11th. But I want to say this is not enough. Because we have unparalleled courage, because we have unparalleled passion, because we are united in love. So let us come together and fly higher. As soon as he finished speaking, Lu Chun quickly reached out to readjust the camera and microphone, then stood up with his guitar in his arms. Because this song had to be sung while standing up. Life is like a big river. Sometimes tranquil, sometimes crazy. Reality is like a shackle tying me up, unable to break free. The beginning of the song was low and depressed because of the setbacks and pressure. But the depression was short-lived. The greater the pressure, the stronger the rebound. The melody quickly became high-spirited and intense. This enigmatic life is as sharp as a knife, injuring me again and again. I know the kind of happiness I want. It was high up in the sky. I want to fly higher, dance like the wind, break free from the embrace. I want to fly higher, wings swirling up a storm, my heart roars, fly higher. At 8:57, Whale TV Lu Fei Broadcasting Room, online popularity, 647310. Countless viewers, especially those who are familiar with Lu Chun and have accompanied him all the way, are all stunned. Because what they see now is not the original Lu Chun at all. The Lu Chun who sang Love in the Wind, You Who Sat Next to Me, and Cinderella, affectionately. Now Lu Chun is young, hot-blooded, passionate, and has a strong fighting power. His singing is no longer clean and clear, but vigorous and vicissitudes, full of endless power, upward power. This new song, which they have never heard before, has a completely different style from the previous ballads. That is the style of rock and roll. But despite being surprised and shocked, everyone likes it all the same. In particular, many people were angered by the haters just now. Now that they heard this hot-blooded rock and roll work, their hearts were filled with joy, incomparable joy. No need to quarrel, disdain to distinguish, arrogant to cynicism. Adhere to the true self. Just like what is sung in the song. I want to fly higher. Dance like the wind, break free from the embrace. I want to fly higher. Wings swirling up a storm, heart roaring, fly higher. Fly higher. In front of countless screens, countless audiences were moved by Lu Chen's singing. Their blood was boiling, and their enthusiasm was completely ignited. They used countless barrage and countless fishballs to accompany Lu Chun fly higher. Note: Fly Higher lyrics/composer, Wang Feng. Chapter 62. Many people had seen Lu Chen's live broadcast on Light Blue Music Carnival, and Heard in the Spring, and Blue Lotus. They didn't find it strange that Lu Chan could sing such a passionate new song like Fly Higher, because Lu Chan had such strength and talent. But for the hundreds of thousands of viewers in Lu Fei's live broadcast room, it was as if they were witnessing a miracle. In this miracle, Lu Chen's gorgeous transformation. He no longer gently sang and narrated affectionately. He no longer brought everyone back to the school days that were worth remembering. Instead, he shouted and roared to his heart's content, unscrupulously expressing his desire and confidence to fly to the top. I want to fly higher, dance like the wind, break free from the embrace. This kind of Lu Chan, this kind of song made everyone feel excited, moved, and even deeply trembled. The haters that once filled the live broadcast room were like snow that was illuminated by the blazing sun, silently disappearing. They tragically and pitifully became the negative background of the birth of a good song. They were bound to be mentioned for a very, very long time, and become the object of ridicule and satire. System notification. Big Brother Whale, Gold 6, gifted the host 1 aircraft carrier. System notification. Shanghai Tall Rich Handsome, Silver 3, gifted the host 1 aircraft carrier. System notification. I Love Baby Girl, Gold Eye, gifted the host 1 aircraft carrier. System notification. Call Me Li Bai, Silver 7, gifted the host 1 aircraft carrier. System notification. Abyss Dragon Rider, Gold 7, gifted the host 1 aircraft carrier. Before the song finished, the live broadcast room was already filled with the aircraft carriers gifted by the local tycoons, one after another in an endless stream. Fly higher. Lu Chan let out a long breath. The joy in his heart couldn't be described in words. He looked at the repeated gift notifications on the screen, and his face once again revealed a smile, a happy smile. After calming down his excited mood, Lu Chan sat back in his seat and adjusted the microphone and camera. This song, Fly Higher, was originally not in Lu Chen's graduation season repertoire. It was added temporarily because of the appearance of the haters, so there was no matching music video. But the effect was so good that it far surpassed the previous ballots. Thank you, Big Brother. Thank you, Li Bai. Thank you, Mr. Perfect. According to international practice, Lu Chan began to thank the local tycoon. Halfway through the PK live show, the total number of fishballs in Lu Fei's live room has reached an astonishing 100+. In addition to loyal fans such as Li Bai and Big Brother, there are also a lot of new tycoon fans. Of course, he had to win over these rich fans. He couldn't let them feel like they were being ignored after tipping them. As for the other fans, they could only thank them together. While thanking his fans, Lu Chan was also adjusting his mood and thinking about the next step of the live broadcast. Therefore, he could not help but be a little distracted as he read the list of rewards displayed by the system. Thank you, I Love My Baby Girl. Thank you, Abyss Dragon Riders. Thank you, Big Breast Tang Shan. Thank you, Chinger Baby. Huh? This ID feels a bit familiar. Before Lu Chan could react, his live broadcast room had exploded. What the hell, Chinger Baby? Ha ha ha. The first beautiful anchor of Whale TV is here to check the room. What the F***ck, is it true? I'm a fan of Lu Feida, and I'm also a fan of Beauty Ching. It's great to see the two in the same room. Wife, come and see the goddess. Our General Lu's fame is getting bigger and bigger. Even Chinger Baby has come. What day is it today? Countless barrage was brushed in an instant, making it difficult for Lu Chan not to notice it. He was stunned. Chinger Baby is the first female anchor of Whale TV. She has only joined Whale for a year, but she has become the most popular anchor in the live show, with more than 2 million fans. Chinger Baby also has the nickname Beauty Ching. In Whale TV, her fan group Mermaid Knights has as many as a dozen top QQ groups. There is no problem for her to beat Lu Jiajun. And in tonight's PK theme show, she has always firmly occupied the first place on the hot list of the whole station. Lu Chan didn't expect that the first beautiful anchor would actually come to check his room. The so-called ward round was when a streamer went to another streamer's live broadcast room to interact. It was basically in the nature of support or friendship. It was a normal exchange between streamers. During Lu Chen's live broadcast at Whale TV, many anchors came to ask for fans, but those are basically small anchors without much popularity. A big anchor like Chinger Baby running over during the PK live broadcast really made him a little speechless. Moreover, she had even gifted him an aircraft carrier. Fortunately, Lu Chen's psychological quality is strong. He reacted in an instant and continued to read the list of thanks. System prompt. Anchor Chinger Baby has sent you a friendship request. Do you agree? Lu Chen thought about it and clicked agree. The other party obviously came with good intentions, and he noticed that his online popularity was increasing wildly. An anchor's word check, especially a popular anchor's word check, often brings a lot of popularity, so many anchors are happy to go around in order to exchange for a return visit from the other party to increase their popularity. There is no doubt about Chinger Baby's popularity. In just half a minute, the online popularity of Lu Fei's live broadcast room has risen from 650,000 plus to 900,000 plus. It is not a dream to break through 1 million. The next moment, the screen of the live broadcast room was automatically divided into left and right sides. The left screen was still Lu Chen's own, and the right screen showed a 20-year-old beauty in a dress. Chinger Baby. Lu Feida, hello. Chinger Baby waved at the camera generously and greeted Lu Chen politely. Among the 24 live broadcasters who participated in the PK live show in the evening, Chinger Baby was the calmest. She didn't care much about the final result. Winning the PK championship was nothing more than icing on the cake for her. Previously, when Chinger Baby was singing live, many haters ran to her live room to make trouble, saying that she only sold her face and coquettishness. In terms of talent and singing level, she was not worthy of carrying shoes for Lu Fei. For this kind of haters, Chinger Baby has seen too many of them. It is impossible for her to be taken away, and she will not take their words to heart. She will be killed without mercy. However, she also became a little interested in Lu Fei. Just now when she saw a red tip floating by, she clicked on it. Well, the goddess is so capricious. She left millions of online fans and went to someone else's live broadcast room. Then, after listening to Lu Chen's half of Fly Higher, she willfully rewarded an aircraft carrier. As a result, the entire whale TV was stirred up, and countless fans ran in to watch the fun. It's really rare for a beautiful woman to reward someone while checking the room. Those haters knew that their provocation not only did not affect Lu Chen, but also brought him the support of a popular anchor. It is estimated that they will spit out 3 mouthfuls of blood on the spot. Your song is very good. Since the 2 live broadcast rooms have been successfully socialized, the pictures and sounds of both sides will appear simultaneously. It is equivalent to 2 people live broadcasting together. Lu Chen smiled and said, "Thank you. You are also very beautiful." The dialogue between the two immediately set off a huge wave in the live broadcast room, and countless fans heckled. A talented man and a beautiful woman. A match made in heaven. Together. 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 Lu Feida. You sing a song for the beautiful woman. Yes, yes, sing a song, a love song. Sing a love song +1. Sing a love song +2. Sing a love song +3. A large number of barges were brushed out, all asking Lu Chen to sing for Chinger Baby. The crowd's voice was extremely high. Chinger Baby smiled and said, "Thank you for your support. I am looking forward to it." As she spoke, she deliberately blinked her eyes. Her beautiful eyes were sparkling, containing an indescribable charm. Whale TV's #1 female anchor is indeed worthy of her reputation. Lu Chen secretly praised and said, "Since everyone is so enthusiastic, I will be embarrassed if I don't sing." After a pause, he continued, "The following song will be given to Chinger Baby, which everyone likes. It is also an original folk song by myself. Its name is Beauty." Chapter 63. Beauty so beautiful that people love you. I don't know where you come from. You exist for us. I ask you not to leave. Beauty so beautiful that people love you. It was Menger who sent you. You exist for us. Don't hurt my heart. Oh, the cheerful and enthusiastic prelude, full of exotic style, mixed with the atmosphere of Latin West Asian nomads and Bohemia, made all the people who heard this song for the first time feel their ears stand up. It was like tasting a glass of sweet wine, and the wonderful taste bloomed on the tongue. The unique melody, coupled with simple and straightforward lyrics, had a kind of charming charm. Lu Chen held the guitar and sang the song Beauty, with a very relaxed manner and movements. He was like a bard in Azeroth, sending a love song to Kellyanne in the bar of the Skyline Hotel in Shotrath. This new song also fully revealed his profound attainments in playing the guitar. The combination and use of various complex fingering techniques appropriately displayed the style of the string rhythm, which was breathtaking. Beauty, the world changes too fast. Is your beauty still there? We'd better not linger. We'd better not wait foolishly. Beauty, the world changes too fast. Is your beauty still there? We'd better grasp the present. Ask you if you understand. Oh. In the video of the live broadcast, Chinger Baby held her cheek with her hand, and her beautiful big eyes did not blink. She listened to the song that she had never heard before very seriously. Her pretty face showed a happy and moved look, just like Kellyanne, who was kissed, but with a little more embarrassment and shyness. Luchan sang very happily. This song was not originally in his song list. Like Fly Higher, it was temporarily taken out by him to fit the occasion. It was perfect to tease this beautiful woman. After the song Beauty was finished, a lot of barrage and fishballs were brushed on the screen again. It's so good. Beauty, so beautiful that people love you. I ask you not to leave. Lyrics, why are there no lyrics? I want to learn to sing it to my girlfriend. It's very bohemian style. The anchor is so talented. I feel that other people's methods of picking up girls in the past were too low. They should all learn from Lu Feida. Together. 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 I like this song. More than Love in the Wind and Cinderella. Like +1. Chinger Baby clapped her hands and said with a smile, "It's really nice. Thank you, Lu Feida. I hope I can hear such a good song again next time. Chinger is going back. Goodbye." To be the first female anchor of Whale TV, Chinger Baby is not just beautiful and can sing. She is a very smart girl who is good at seizing opportunities and acting appropriately. Although the interaction with Luchan was just a spur of the moment, it was undoubtedly very important to maintain and increase her popularity by creating some appropriate hot topics. However, she shrewdly controlled the pace and did not linger in Luchan's live broadcast room. Otherwise, the fans of the Mermaid Nights would be dissatisfied. Now was the right time to return. She wanted to make those flower protectors who through money occasionally feel jealous but not too jealous. The sense of propriety was not something that ordinary people could accurately grasp. Chinger Baby undoubtedly did an excellent job. Goodbye. Luchan put down his guitar and waved at the other party. Perhaps because they were all in the same industry, Luchan guessed the thoughts of Chinger Baby. But there was nothing bad about it, because everyone got what they wanted. As for playing and singing Beauty, and making this beauty fall in love with him, that was just thinking too much. So when Chinger Baby returned to her live broadcast room and dozens of reward prompts were synchronized on the screen, Luchan just smiled faintly. Luchan's attention is no longer on the other party, because his popularity has just ushered in a new explosive growth. 916. Whale TV Lu Fei Live Broadcast Room, Online Popularity, 1036210. This is the first time that Luchan's popularity has exceeded the 1 million mark since he started his live broadcast. Although he borrowed the east wind of Chinger Baby, it is undoubtedly a celebratory event for Lu Fei's live broadcast room. It must be known that 1 million popularity means that he has reached the level of a real first-line anchor, and he is not far from the top level. It has been less than a month since Luchan started broadcasting Whale TV. It is undoubtedly a miracle that he has broken through 1 million popularity so quickly. His follower count also soared, and the increase was so great that it was astounding. 723,625. 1 minute ago, the homepage's site-wide hot list was updated for the 5th time since the start of the PK live show. Luchan climbed from 11th place to 5th place, jumping 6 places in one breath. Of course, Lu Jiajun's fans did not ignore such huge progress and sent congratulatory messages one after another. Congratulations to the anchor for breaking through 1 million popularity. Haha, we are ranked 5th on the hot list. Long live Lu Feida. Long live Lu Jiajun. Take the top 5. Hit the top 3. We are the champion. Everyone hurry up. Those who have fishballs send fishballs. Those who don't have fishballs send a barrage. The more the better. Top 5 is definitely no problem. I'm so happy. The people of Beijing send a congratulatory message. The people of Chang and send a congratulatory message. The people of Hu City send a congratulatory message. The people of Hong Kong send a congratulatory message. The people of Xiangnan. The live broadcast room was in full swing, and Lu Chun was of course very happy. Even if his popularity fell below 1 million with the departure of Chinger Baby, there were still countless viewers who stayed and continued to watch his live broadcast. This is already a huge victory. Thank you very much for your support. Then the following song is dedicated to our deskmates when we were students. You at the same table. I hope everyone likes it. After the ups and downs of the previous storm, Lu Chen's graduation season PK theme show is back on track. He sent his 7th song, You at the Same Table. This work is undoubtedly a model of campus folk songs. Although Lu Chen has sung it many times in the live broadcast, there are still many people who have not heard it. Whether it is people who have heard it or people who have heard it for the first time, they are all impressed by Lu Chen's talent. Love in the Wind, The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk, Cinderella, The Bright Times of Youth, Fly Higher, Beauty, and Now You at the Same Table, all of which are Lu Chen's original works. If he adds a few more songs, he can make a complete album, and the most admirable thing is that, except for Fly Higher, the style, melody, and lyrics of these songs are quite unified and coordinated, perfectly matching the theme of graduation season, showing a deep creative foundation. In Whale TV, there are many anchors who can play and sing. Some play very professionally, some sing very well, some are original, and some are more handsome than Lu Chen. But to be able to create so many excellent works, play and sing very well, and look handsome, there is really no one else. Even in the current entertainment industry, Lu Chen is also a first-class or even top talent. He just hasn't become famous yet. Among the nearly 1 million viewers in the live broadcast room, there are many people who understand music. They got to know Lu Chen here, heard his songs, and fell in love with his songs. Naturally, they became loyal fans. Tien. Just like the waves washing the sand, gold will always shine brightly. When Lu Chen finished singing You at the Same Table, and dedicated the last song of the night, Blue Lotus, the senior executives of Whale Tea, who have been paying attention to the PK live show, couldn't sit still. Deep Sea City, High-Tech Park, B3 Building, 15th floor, Whale Technology Company Headquarters Conference Room. The wall facing south was filled with high-definition screens. All the screens were displaying images of different live broadcast rooms. There were exactly 24 of them. A huge projection screen hung on the east wall, showing the video of Lu Fei's live broadcast room. Nothing can stop your yearning for freedom, your unconstrained life. Your heart has no worries. Through the gloomy years, I once felt hesitant. Lu Chen's singing, through the high-fidelity sound arranged at the scene, was clearly transmitted to the ears of the company's senior executives, such as the general manager, deputy general manager, live broadcast director, and department manager, who were sitting in front of the conference table. They either looked at each other or whispered. Note: Beauty lyrics/composer, Gao Feng. Chapter 64. What do you think of this new anchor? Feng Xiaohui dropped the pen in his hand, and the shaft of the pen rolled half a meter away along the smooth table. The projection on the wall was fixed at the moment when Lu Chen put down the guitar after singing Blue Lotus. His eyes swept across the faces of all the company executives present, and the meaning was difficult to understand. Tonight's PK theme show is the biggest promotional activity of Whale TV in half a year. It was also set up by Feng Xiaohui, the general manager, with a total investment of more than 5 million yuan. Although the project and funds are not large, as a famous young general in the industry, Feng Xiaohui hopes to use this event to enhance the popularity and morale of Whale Tea as a cushion before the revival of the past glory. So in the evening, all the executives gathered in the conference room to pay attention to the progress of the PK theme show. The performances of 24 anchors are about to end, and there will be someone who stands out. A senior executive hesitated for a moment and said, "This anchor, whose real name is Lu Chen, should be the biggest highlight. I think we should give him a better contract." In front of them, there is a detailed information about the participating anchors. Lu Chen is actually an ordinary signing plus 50,000 signing fee, which is obviously not in line with his current popularity. Feng Xiaohui nodded expressionlessly. Another high-ranking official said, "His songs are very good. Are they really original?" Immediately, the manager of the brokerage department explained, "They are really original. I didn't believe it at first." The 30-year-old white-collar woman praised Lu Chan. We have checked in the Greater China Music Library. All the song copyrights are under his name. He is a very talented young man. I also think that we should give him a contract and promote him to a larger market. After Fang Xiaohui took charge of Whale TV, he intended to spread the platform's anchor resources to a larger field and set up a corresponding entertainment company. The main responsibility of the brokerage department is to find out new stars worth cultivating. The big entertainment industry is the real big cake, and of course the competition is the most fierce. Whale TV does not have the intention to fight with people immediately, but to make reasonable use of its own resources and earn more and greater benefits is undoubtedly the company's strategic goal in the future. Their biggest competitor, Starlight Show, was already doing the same thing, and it was doing very well. A smile appeared on Fang Xiaohui's face. The brokerage manager keenly noticed the change in his expression and continued, "We can customize projects for him by all his creative copyrights, produce an album of works, and package him as a gifted idol." "Manager Wang, please wait." She talked endlessly about her plan. Just as she was beaming with joy and excitement, a voice suddenly came from the side and abruptly interrupted her. Manager Wang was as unhappy as she could be, but the one who interrupted her was Wu Hongming, the head of the operations department, so she could only suppress her displeasure and force a smile. "Manager Wu, what do you think?" Wu Hongming was one of the founders of Whale TV and a senior figure in whale technology. Although Manager Wang was Fang Xiaohui's confidant, she could not ignore Wu Hongming's opinion. Wu Hongming asked in a deep voice, "How much are you going to pay for his creative copyrights?" Manager Wang was stunned. She didn't expect Wu Hongming to ask this question. She thought about it and replied, "My idea is to follow the example of an artist contract and sign a 5-year contract. I will give him an annual salary of 300,000 yuan plus a 10% bonus. The contract must include all creative copyrights." In the view of the brokerage manager, this contract is undoubtedly very generous. For a young man like Lu Chan, wouldn't he be happy to get the opportunity to promote and package him into the entertainment industry? I don't know how many newcomers are eager to embark on the road to becoming a star. An annual salary of 300,000 plus a 10% bonus, she felt that it was a little too generous. Wu Hongming didn't comment. He pointed to the projection screen and said, "The song Lu Chan just sang is called Blue Lotus. As far as I know, he has sold the copyright of this song to Light Rain Media Company in Beijing. The price is 200,000. Impossible." Manager Wang was the first to shout. She stared and said, "This is the price of a top famous artist." Among the executives present, there were people who knew the market and were also very surprised. Really? 200,000 yuan for a song is definitely a high price among famous artists. Without being verified by the market, a newcomer can sell his work for 200,000 yuan. It sounds like a fantasy novel. Wu Hongming said lightly, "Nothing is impossible. I have already inquired about it from my friends in the Beijing circle. Many people know about this. There have been agencies that wanted to sign him, but he refused. So I suggest that we give up the copyright requirements. Don't expect to sign an ordinary artist contract with him. Let's talk about it according to the top anchor contract." Manager Wang was not convinced. "Manager Wu, how can you be sure that he won't sign it?" Wu Hongming sighed and said, "Then you can talk to Lu Chan. This young man is actually very assertive and thoughtful. I don't think it's possible to move him unless we give him a top artist contract." Wu Hongming's understanding of Lu Chan comes mostly from his niece, Wu Shanshan. The latter has a very close relationship with Lu Chan, and usually maintains a very high level of attention. As the head of the operations department, it is impossible for him to ignore the new anchor, who is rapidly becoming popular on Whale TV. And Lu Chen's live broadcast on the PK theme show tonight has deepened his inherent impression. Top artist contract? The executives all looked at each other. How is that possible? Manager Wang couldn't help but want to refute again. Fang Xiaohui asked first. Then let Manager Wang talk to him about the artist contract first. If he can't talk about the new contract, how about it? Wu Hongming replied calmly. I have no objection. But don't forget that we have a lot of competitors. Fang Xiaohui's breath suddenly stagnated. In the past 2 years, Whale TV had been badly poached by others, especially Starlive. They had poached their members to the point where Whale TV had suffered greatly. There were also many new broadcasting platforms eyeing them covetously to take advantage of them. The PK theme show can certainly enhance the popularity of the website, but it will also attract covetous eyes. A newcomer like Lu Chan, who only signed an ordinary contract, is simply the best target for poaching. If Whale TV is still hesitant at this time, maybe they will lose a new star. Fang Xiaohui didn't take Lu Chan very seriously. He just wanted to set up a model for his own project. Now that he heard Wu Hongming's words, he finally got serious. Then when the event is over, talk to him about the new contract. The general manager hesitated and said, Manager Wu, you talked to him about the new anchor contract. At the critical moment he still chose Wu Hongming. The vision and character of this old minister are trustworthy. Wu Hongming nodded and said, I will take people to the capital tomorrow morning and talk to him face to face. The executives present were all surprised. They never thought that Wu Hongming would attach so much importance to Lu Chan. The last time Wu Hongming personally met with an anchor to talk about the contract was last year. At that time he signed the current #1 female anchor of Whale TV, Chinger Baby. And he went so far away from the capital. A senior official couldn't help but say, then he should have been given a better contract. A better contract has a longer time limit and a higher binding force. But for this kind of low-level hindsight, Wu Hongming simply despised it. This contract of 50,000 signing fee was almost beaten back by the finance department. Whale TV has a lot of venture capital, and the finance department has great authority in fund management. The other party was suddenly speechless. Old Wang, the manager of the finance department, twitched his face and decided to be a dead dog. Wu Hongming slapped him in the face and asked, how much authority did the company give me to negotiate this time? If it's less than 500,000 signing fee, then don't talk about it. Whoever wants to talk can go. He glanced at the manager of the brokerage department, intentionally or unintentionally. The eloquent young woman didn't say anything. If Wu Hongming had said at the beginning that he would give Lu Chan at least 500,000 signing fee, it was estimated that no one would have agreed. Now that she understands the situation and knows that Lu Chan sold a song for 200,000 yuan, the 500,000 signing fee is really nothing. She even regrets in her heart. If she could sign Lu Chan with an ordinary artist contract, her brokerage department would have a trump card. A real trump card. Chapter 65. At 9:45, Whale TV Lu Fei's live broadcast room. Online popularity. 936224. Lu Chen's live broadcast is still going on, but the time for the PK theme show is over. What he has to do now is to wait for the final ranking with nearly 1 million online viewers in the live broadcast room. It's a suffocating wait. I'm suddenly so nervous, as if I'm waiting for my final report card. Report card +1. All of you tell me, where can our master Lu Fei be ranked? Lu Feida is, of course, #1. Is there a need to ask? Of course, it's impossible to be first. As long as he rushes to the top 5, he will win. I guess it should be 5th or 4th. If he's not in the top 5, I'll eat my keyboard live. I guess 3rd. The contents of the barrage in the live broadcast room have all turned into speculation about the ranking. All kinds of predictions, bets, and ridicule. On the contrary, Lu Chan completely relaxed. In the 90-minute live show, he sang a total of 8 original works and did his best. Although there were twists and turns in the middle, he should have interpreted the theme of graduation season very well. I believe that this should be able to win the praise of the media judges. As for other indexes, Lu Chan has also broken through his previous peak, especially the interaction with Chinger Baby, which has brought him a lot of popularity. If he can't get into the top 5, then Whale TV is shady. He calmly thanked the local tycoons and fans who rewarded him, so that his throat was a little dry. In fact, even if he didn't get into the top 5, Lu Chen's harvest in the evening was great. In addition to the surge in popularity and followers, the new fishball reward reached 170 T+, which can be withdrawn for 110,000 yuan. He earned 110,000 yuan in an hour and a half of live broadcast. What else is Lu Chan not satisfied with? In the past, he might not even be able to save enough money for 2 years if he worked double jobs. He understands the principle of contentment, and his mentality is naturally calm. At this time, An eye-catching system prompt appeared on the screen. System prompt. The ranking of the PK theme show anchor has been determined, and the top 5 winners will be announced. There was a sudden burst of cheers in the live broadcast room. It's out! The top 5 are finally out. I've been waiting for this moment for the whole night. Lu Feida will definitely win. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. That's for sure. Our anchor will definitely be in the top 5. If I don't get into the top 5, I'll eat my keyboard live. Wait for me, the one eating keyboard in front. I'll eat the mouse. Although Lu Chan was very relaxed, he could not help but be affected by the atmosphere in the live broadcast room. He couldn't help but straighten his back. The next moment, a big 5 appeared on the screen. It shone with a golden light, and it was so bright that it could blind a dog's eyes. System notification. Congratulations, streamer Lady Rain. The theme, Rainy Day, is ranked number 5. PK Index 5575. Number 5 is Yu Gij, the popular female anchor of Whale TV Life show. Everyone's hearts were in their throats because the appearance of a streamer meant the disappearance of a ranking. No one knew if Lu Chan would appear in the system notification. And the higher the ranking, the smaller the hope. Number 4. Anchor Sun, the theme Afternoon Sunshine. PK Index 6210. Sun is also a frontline anchor of Life show. His live broadcast style is actually very similar to Lu Chan. He is very handsome, can play the guitar, piano, violin, and dances very well. He often runs to the square to fight with others. In this PK theme show, Sun is undoubtedly Lu Chan's most powerful opponent. Although the two are not fighting one-on-one, Sun is ranked 4th, which brings a lot of pressure to Lu Chan. Because there are only 3 places left. Lu Fei's live broadcast room was silent, and there were only a few comments on the screen. Number 3, Anchor Xiaogu, the theme Thunder Fury. PK Index 9750. Xiaogu is a game anchor. He is also ranked in the top 10 strategic experts in the popular online game, Planet Overlord. His competitive live broadcast can attract the support of millions of fans, and his popularity has always been very strong. Xiaogu took the 3rd place, leaving only the champion and the runner-up. It is certain that the champion basically belongs to Chinger Baby, the first female anchor of Whale TV. Seeing that the 3rd place is still not Lu Chan, there was finally a pessimistic voice in the live broadcast room. It's over, Xiaogu is 3rd, I'm afraid our anchor. That's really dangerous. It's okay. Even if we can't get the top 5, we have all worked hard together. Don't be so pessimistic, maybe it's 2nd place. Come on Lu Feida, come on. No matter what, I support the anchor big. Support +1. Lu Chan thought about it and said into the microphone, no matter what the result is, I want to thank everyone for their support. As soon as his voice fell, a big golden 2 appeared on the screen. The runner-up appeared. System notification. Congratulations to anchor Lu Fei, the theme graduation season, is ranked number 2. PK Index 9790. 2nd place? 2nd place? Lu Fei? Many people couldn't believe their eyes. Yes. Lu Chan reacted the fastest. He immediately clenched his fists and waved them hard. At the same time he roared loudly. A great joy drowned him in an instant. Lu Chan thought that he could face victory or failure calmly. But when the runner-up position of the PK theme show fell on his head, he still felt extremely excited and excited. A week of hard work and preparation was not in vain. And what was very rare was that he defeated Xiaogu by a small margin of 40 points. The reward for the champion of the PK theme show is 300,000, and the popular anchor on the homepage will be pushed 3 times. The reward for the runner-up is 200,000 plus 2 big push. The 3rd place is 100,000 plus 1 big push. The 4th and 5th place are both 50,000 bonuses. A 40-point win means that Lu Chan got a double reward. The live broadcast room suddenly exploded. Hooray! Ha ha ha, I'm so happy. The victory belongs to our Lu Feida. Congratulations to Lu Feida for being the runner-up. 2nd place, I said top 3 and I was right. I guess 2nd place. I really didn't expect that he really won the top 3. It's not easy. In fact, this is very normal. Our anchor has such strength. Strength +1. It's so cool. Lu Jiejun sent a red envelope in the group, Everyone go and grab it. What's the group number? 10,000-ton copper ball. Although it was not the highest championship, for Lu Chen's hundreds of thousands of fans, the weight of this runner-up is not much different from that of the championship, and it is worth celebrating. It must be known that before the start of the PK theme show, all of Lu Chen's data was the lowest among the 24 anchors. In the live broadcast, he struggled to catch up and climbed higher and higher. He was also attacked by the black tide of haters, but he still had the last laugh. Lu Chen's efforts and talent were seen and heard by everyone. He won the runner-up title and deserved it. As for the champion's crown, it was taken by Chinger Baby without any suspense. PK Index 15,200. But the audience in Lu Fei's live broadcast room did not care about the championship. They were all celebrating Lu Chen with barrage and fishballs as much as they could, as if celebrating their own victory. Today was Victory Day. Lu Jejun's supergroup also exploded, because the Tycoon Li Bai was giving out red envelopes. The mood of Lu Chen's #1 Tycoon fan was more cheerful than that of Lu Chen. Lu Chen won the runner-up in the PK, and he also won the bet with Earthies. He had both face and substance, and his life was perfect from then on. Thousands of red envelopes were given out. The Tycoon was so capricious, and taking advantage of this opportunity, Li Bai bought 10 more supergroups in one breath and posted them in the live broadcast room, attracting countless fans to join the group to grab the victory red envelopes. Although these audiences were not loyal at the moment, there would eventually be a group of fans who were willing to stay and continue to support Lu Chen's broadcasting career. Lu Chen picked up the guitar again and thanked all his fans with the song Thank You. This was his victory day, and he believed that tomorrow would be even better. At 10 p.m., Lu Chen ended the live broadcast. At this time he received a phone call, and the number showed that it was from Shanghai City. When Lu Chen saw the area code displayed on the screen of his mobile phone, the first thought that came to his mind was, the person who sent money came. Chapter 66. Shanghai City, CBD Central Business District, 68th floor of Fortune Building. Starlight Show headquarters. At 10 o'clock in the evening, it was still brightly lit. The special nature of the live platform requires employees to often work night shifts. Zhang Guangjie half leaned on the big office chair and stared at the 32-inch big screen in front of him with gloomy eyes. There seemed to be a huge storm forming in his eyes, which would erupt with terrible power at any time. This 40-year-old middle-aged man was thin and tall, with an ordinary appearance. He belonged to the kind of passerby who couldn't be found in the crowd, but more than 200 employees of StarryLive Media Company have a deep memory of his image, because Zhang Guangjie is the CEO of StarryLive Media Company. He is strong with an iron fist and works swiftly and decisively. If any employee is careless and caught by him, then the end is often very miserable. Since he took charge of StarryLive Media Company, the number of employees he has personally fired has reached double digits. And at this moment, the CEO's face was covered with a dark cloud, indicating that his anger has accumulated to a high level, just waiting for the victim to appear. Ring ring, the phone beside the computer suddenly rang, and the red light flashed, indicating that the call request came from the internal line. Zhang Guangjie reached out and pressed the answer button. The secretary's gentle and sweet voice sounded on the phone. President Zhang, Manager Zhao is here. Zhang Guangjie said, "Let him in." After that, he cut off the call. After a while, a man with a thin face, small eyes, and a hooked nose pushed open the office door and came in. When he saw Zhang Guangjie, he immediately asked respectfully, "President Zhang, are you looking for me?" Zhang Guangjie nodded expressionlessly. "Sit down." The thin-faced man subconsciously swallowed his saliva and carefully sat down opposite Zhang Guangjie. Zhao Deping is the manager of StarryLive Media's Operation Management Department. He is an authoritative figure in the Operations Management Department. But in the face of Zhang Guangjie, he is no different from ordinary employees. He is a mouse and Zhang Guangjie is a cat. Everything has its vanquisher. Zhao Deping knows very well that as long as Zhang Guangjie says a word, he can roll down from the throne of the Operations Management Manager. After sitting down, Zhang Guangjie didn't speak and stared at Zhao Deping until the latter's forehead was sweating. Zhang Guangjie suddenly asked, "Manager Zhao, how long have you been in StarryLive Media?" Zhao Deping quickly replied, 2 years, almost 2 years. Starlight Show has not been established for a long time, so Zhao Deping is also an old employee. Almost 2 years. Zhang Guangjie sighed and said, I remember that you came from Whale TV. For the past 2 years, you have helped the company unearth quite a number of talents. For Starry Live to be able to develop to its current scale, you have contributed a lot. Zhao Deping had the urge to burst into tears. He thought he had made a big mistake. Now listening to Zhang Guangjie's tone, it seemed that he wanted to promote him. He could not help but relax, secretly laughing at his own suspicions. However, in the next moment, Zhao Deping's mood instantly fell into hell. However, many employees have responded that you act arbitrarily in your work and do not tolerate the opinions of others. Recently, the company has also received complaints from several anchors, accusing them of being treated unfairly by the operations management. Zhang Guangjie looked at Zhao Deping mockingly and asked, Manager Zhao, what's your explanation for this? The sweat on Zhao Deping's forehead came out again and he argued, Mr. Zhang, those are... Let's not talk about that. As soon as he wanted to explain a few words, he was rudely interrupted by Zhang Guangjie. Explain first what's going on? The CEO of Starry Live Media reached out and turned the display in front of him 180 degrees and showed it to Zhao Deping. Zhao Deping's face turned red in an instant. What was displayed on the screen was the Forum of Wealthy. Zhao Deping was very familiar with it because he was a senior executive of Wealthy 2 years ago. But this was not the reason why his face was flushed, but the content of the post opened in the forum. This post was pinned high in the Lu Jiajun fish nest section. Its content included a picture and hundreds of words of complaint, saying that the anchor Lu Fei was suppressed by super administrator in Starlight Show and was forced to sign an overbearing contract. Finally, his account was blocked and there was no way to complain. The super administrator 002 in the screenshot is not Zhao Deping. Super administrator 001 is Zhang Guangjie. Zhao Deping almost spat out a mouthful of old blood on the spot. He had long forgotten about this matter, because he had encountered more than 1 or 2 small anchors who did not know how to appreciate favors, and he had never seen anyone who could set off any storm at all. If he wanted to suppress, then he would suppress. If he wanted to ban, then he would ban. Those who obey me will prosper, and those who oppose me will perish. The anchors under Starlight Show, except for a few top gods, are they not at his mercy? But Zhao Deping now knows that even among the newcomers, there are crouching tigers and hidden dragons. This pinned post was like a heavy slap to his face. It didn't matter if he didn't know before, but now he was exposed by Zhang Guangjie. Where could he put his face? Zhang Guangjie said lightly, I don't interfere in the affairs of the operations management department because I trust manager Zhao. This anchor named Lu Fei signed a contract with Whale TV after our Starlight Show account was banned. In less than a month, Lu Fei's highest popularity in Whale TV has exceeded 1 million, and he won the runner-up in the just-ended PK theme show. His current audience is more than 750,000. The people in the brokerage department have seen his live performance and evaluated him as a talented newcomer. What do you think of this, Manager Zhao? Zhao Deping finally understood why Zhang Guangjie called him to the office alone. What employees accused the anchor and complained were trivial matters. What really killed him was that he missed a promising newcomer. At present, Starlight Show is spending a lot of money to dig up talents everywhere. His mistake is simply unforgivable, and there is no way to quibble. It is clear in the post there are pictures and the truth. Zhao Deping's mouth was full of bitterness, and he couldn't find a suitable reason to defend himself. Moreover, Zhang Guangjie is a ruthless character who doesn't rub sand in his eyes. Denying it will only make the CEO more disgusted. He bowed his head and said painfully, President Zhang, this is all my fault. I will find a way to make up for it. Zhang Guangjie sighed. His right index finger tapped the table gently, as if he was thinking. Zhao Deping was like a prisoner waiting to be sentenced, frightened and fearful. After a long time, Zhang Guangjie asked, How are you going to make up for it? Zhao Deping was suddenly refreshed, like a drowning man who found a life-saving straw. He quickly said, There should be information about this anchor in the server. I will contact him right away and give him a high-paying contract. Isn't the brokerage department optimistic about him? Then give him another artist contract. I don't believe we can't poach him. When it comes to poaching people, Zhao Deping is simply possessed by a god. All his confidence returned to him in an instant. Zhao Deping came from Weli. After jumping to Starlight Show, he poached more than a dozen anchors from Whale Tea. In terms of poaching people, he is really not afraid of anyone. Zhang Guangjie nodded and said, I have already asked someone to understand. Lu Fei is still signing an ordinary contract. His signing fee is 50,000 yuan, but Whale TV will definitely re-sign a new contract with him. You don't have much time. Zhao Deping knew that Zhang Guangjie said that he would not interfere in the affairs of the operations management department. In fact, the CEO has a strong control over the company, and he also has a lot of insiders in his hands, so he is very well informed. That's great. He immediately stood up and said, I will contact Lu Fei right away and talk to him face-to-face tomorrow. Zhang Guangjie said, he should be in Beijing. You should go and come back quickly. The company will also hold a similar event recently. Zhao Deping knew that he had finally broken through this hurdle. He quickly said, I will ask someone to book a ticket immediately. Zhang Guangjie nodded again and said, Old Zhao, I have given you the opportunity. If this matter is still messed up, then I have no reason to help you suppress the opposition within the company. Do you understand? Zhao Deping listened with a chill in his heart. He suddenly felt that the temperature of the office's air conditioning was too low. Chapter 67. Habit is a terrible thing. Last night, Lu Chan slept very late, so today he wanted to sleep in comfortably as a reward for himself. However, the long-term accumulated habit made him wake up on time. After opening his eyes, he was no longer sleepy. Although Lu Chan told himself that after working hard for so long and earning a lot of money, it wasn't a sin to rest for half a day. However, the heavy debt at home, the expectations for the future, the ambition hidden in his heart, it was like a powerful whip constantly whipping Lu Chan. It told him that he didn't have the right to be lazy. Lu Chan got up, brushed his teeth, washed his face, changed into sportswear and ran out of the house. After running to the small park by the river, he saw the old man who practiced Tai Chi. Grandpa, you're early today. Lu Chan politely greeted him and secretly felt ashamed. The white-haired old man could persist in morning exercise, but he actually wanted to be lazy. His willpower was really not strong enough. The old man snorted and glanced at Lu Chan indifferently. Lu Chan touched his nose speechlessly. There should be a lot of dust on it. This grandpa still remembers things. He no longer asked for a snub and ran to the old place to start practicing Tai Chi. The Beijing Third Ring Road area was densely populated, and there were many communities around it. There were many people exercising in the small park every day. Because of his boxing, Lu Chan had been surrounded by people several times before. He felt like he was a monkey performing, so now he was used to hiding in a corner. He had liked this kind of exercise, and the improvement of his physical fitness was also obvious. A strong physique is really important. The memory from Mo Ran tells Lu Chan that a real actor must have a healthy body. When it comes to acting, even in the coldest weather, if it's time to jump into the river, you must jump. Although in the short term, Lu Chan wouldn't develop into an acting career, a strong physique couldn't be trained in a day or two. His efforts now laid the foundation for future success. After a round of Tai Chi, Lu Chan was sweating all over, but he was very happy. Little guy, you practice Wing Chun, right? At this moment, the voice of the old man came from the side. Lu Chan turned around in surprise and said, Sir, you really have a discerning eye. I just practice blindly. The old man who suddenly appeared said disdainfully, You're quite blind. I used my phone to take a video and showed it to a real expert. He said that your practice was not authentic and that you didn't even master the routine well. Cough cough. Just a moment ago, Lu Chan had said that he had a discerning eye, but in the end he had exposed himself. In order to understand Lu Chan's fist technique, he actually filmed it secretly. Lu Chan held back his laughter as he nodded and said, That expert is right. It was like he was coaxing a child. It was true that Lu Chan practiced Wing Chun, but his boxing style had been improved to be more suitable for men to practice. In his dream world, there were many martial artists and even superstars in the film and television industry who were proficient in this set of fist techniques. In order to meet the needs of the film and television series, They had incorporated the essence of many other fighting techniques. Therefore, it was quite different from the traditional routine. But he couldn't explain this to the other party, especially to this stubborn old man. The old man snorted twice and said, "It's good that you know. I'm leaving." He was a little embarrassed, but Lu Chen's attitude was impeccable. He had no choice but to run away. Lu Chen smiled and didn't take it to heart. He returned home and continued to work. Just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Lu Chen arrived on time at the Fury Hotel on the Second Ring Road. This 5-star hotel was quite famous in the capital. In the cafe on the second floor of the hotel, he saw 2 guests from Shanghai City. They were a middle-aged man and a young man with glasses. "I'm really sorry to have kept you waiting." Lu Chen quickly apologized and took the initiative to reach out to the middle-aged man who had just got up. "I'm Lu Fei." The middle-aged man shook his hand and said with a smile, "It doesn't matter. We just arrived here. Let me introduce myself. I'm Zhao Deping, Operations Management Manager of Starlight Show. This is my assistant, Little Zhao." Lu Chen said with a smile, "Hello, Manager Zhao." The 3 of them sat down and the waiter came over to inquire. Lu Chen ordered a cup of coffee. Zhao Deping said straightforwardly, "Mr. Lu Fei, you are a young man with great creative talent, and our Starry Live Media needs talents like you. I wonder if you would like to join our company? As for the conditions of treatment," he said in a confident and reserved tone, "it's far better than Whale TV. You will definitely be satisfied." Last night, Zhao Deping asked his assistant to contact Lu Chen and rushed to the capital on this morning's flight. When he got off the plane, he rushed to the Fury Hotel in order to win the contract with Lu Chen. This contract is related to whether he can continue to mix in the company, so he has applied for a high level of authority. Zhao Deping didn't believe that the contract he took out would not impress Lu Chen. Perhaps it was because of this confidence that his words naturally carried a hint of arrogance and bossiness. He's used to it. Zhao Deping didn't feel it himself, but Lu Chen heard it clearly. He put down his coffee cup, showed a very interested look and asked, "Can you introduce it to me, Manager Zhao?" Sure enough, he's a newcomer. When Zhao Deping saw Lu Chen's expression, he immediately felt relieved. According to past experience, as long as the anchor is moved by him, no one can escape from his hands. The operations management manager took the briefcase from the assistant, took out a contract and handed it to Lu Chen. "Mr. Lu Fei, this contract is tailor-made for you." Lu Chen took the contract and looked at it carefully. The contract given to him by Starry Live Media seems to be very good on the surface. First of all, there is a signing bonus of 500,000 plus 300,000 for breach of contract. The latter is based on the terms of the contract signed by Lu Chen with Shark TV. If Lu Chen wants to jump from Shark TV to Starlight Show, then the liquidated damages cannot be less. Starry Live Media has already prepared it for him. The basic annual salary is 300,000 plus 10% bonus. At the same time, Starry Live Media also provides him with millions of packaging and promotion, spanning the live broadcasting platform and the entertainment industry. If it were someone else, I am afraid that they would be excited to see such a clause. Who doesn't want to run into the star-studded entertainment industry with fame and fortune? But Lu Chen did not ignore the trap lurking under the bright and attractive surface of this contract. That is the copyright. As long as Lu Chen signs this contract, the copyright of all his works will belong to Starry Live Media. In essence, it is the same as the new artist contract given to him by Light Rain Media. The term of the contract is also 10 years, and Starry Live Media has the right to terminate the contract at any time. Under the gaze of Zhao Deping's expectant eyes, Lu Chen put down the contract and asked, "Manager Zhao, I heard that you are used to preparing 2 contracts when you poach people. Can I see the other one?" "What?" Zhao Deping couldn't help but be surprised and asked, "How do you know?" This is a little trick that Zhao Deping often uses when poaching people. When negotiating, he first gives a bad contract. If he can sign it, it is naturally the best. If he really can't reach an agreement, then he will come up with a new contract to make the final decision. Zhao Deping didn't expect that Lu Chen actually knew his habitual means. In fact, Lu Chen knows more than Zhao Deping thought. He grinned and said, "Manager Zhao, if I'm not mistaken, you are Super Administrator 002. Right?" A rush of blood rushed to Zhao Deping's head in an instant, and his face suddenly turned red. The biggest hidden danger in his poaching of Lu Chan was that he once blocked Lu Chen's account as a super administrator. Lu Chan has put the denunciation post in the forum, so he must have taken it to heart. Zhao Depeng originally believed that a generous contract could make Lu Chan forget this discord. Who would be angry with money? However, now he suddenly found that all his thoughts were seen clearly by Lu Chan. Zhao Depeng had a bad feeling and subconsciously asked, "Who told you that?" Lu Chan still had a smile on his face, pointed to the door of the coffee shop and said, "You want to look for him?" Zhao Depeng couldn't help but look back and was immediately dumbfounded. Chapter 68. There are 3 people who just appeared at the door of the coffee shop. Walking in the front is a tall middle-aged man, about 40 years old, wearing a suit. Behind him was a woman in a white dress and a skinny man in glasses. Zhao Depeng knows this tall man, and he is very familiar with him. Wu Hongming, the operations director of Whale TV. Zhao Depeng and Wu Hongming are not only former colleagues, but also old friends who have known each other for many years. But the friendship of the past has long since disappeared. Now it is not an exaggeration to say that the two sides are enemies. Seeing Wu Hongming, Zhao Depeng immediately understood. He was fooled by Lu Chan. Lu Chan didn't have the idea of signing a contract with Starry Live Media at all. He knew that Zhao Depeng was Super Administrator 002. Zhao Depeng suddenly turned his head and was not surprised to see a mocking smile on Lu Chen's face. That's undisguised sarcasm. The face of the Starry Live Media Operations Management Manager turned purple, and a stuffy breath was held in his chest. His head was a little dizzy, and he forced himself not to make a fool of himself on the spot. He really lost a lot of face today. Zhao Depeng thought that it would be easy to deal with a newcomer in his early 20s by himself. He didn't expect that the other party would play with him and take revenge for the previous discord. He flew more than 2,000 kilometers to Beijing, which was like sending his face to the door. What makes people's hair stand on end is that Lu Chan was talking to him seriously about the contract just now. His acting skills are so superb that he can mix in the film and television circle. It's not as simple as revenge. Zhao Depeng quickly realized. Lu Chan is using him, or more accurately, using Starry Live Media as a bargaining chip to negotiate a new contract with Whale TV. Otherwise, why would Wu Hongming appear so coincidentally? You! Zhao Depeng wanted to swear, but countless words were blocked in his throat, and finally he spat out only one word. Because he sadly found that he couldn't do anything to Lu Chan at all. Now Lu Chan is not the little anchor in the Starlight show that he could need. Since Manager Zhao is unwilling, then forget it. Lu Chan stood up with a smile. He took out his wallet from his pocket, took out a 50 yuan bill, and put it under his coffee cup. He said, "I hope there will be opportunities for cooperation in the future. Goodbye." Lu Chan nodded at the dumbfounded assistant and left. At this moment, Zhao Depeng's heart felt as if 10,000 horses were galloping. He stared at Lu Chen's back. If looks could kill, then Lu Chan would already be riddled with holes. The assistant asked timidly, "Manager Zhao, then now we go back?" Zhao Depeng struggled to stand up and said weakly, "Let's return to the deep sea immediately." He would only be humiliating himself if he continued to stay here. He really didn't want Wu Hongming to see him in such a sorry state. The assistant wanted to say that the return ticket had not been booked, but Zhao Depeng was like this. If he poured salt into the other party's wound, he would be waiting to be fired. Just as the two of them left the tea house, a polite but vigilant reminder came from behind them. "Sir, you forgot to pay the bill." The waiter's voice was not loud, but it was particularly clear in the quiet coffee shop. Many guests nearby turned their heads and looked over after hearing it. Most of their eyes were curious or contemptuous. Zhao Depeng's old face, which had just faded a little, was instantly heavily painted with a new layer. He noticed that Wu Hongming, who was talking to Lu Chan not far away, also looked at him. The Starry Live Media Operations Management Manager almost spat out a mouthful of old blood. If he had known that this would be the result, he would not have come to the capital. Not to mention that he was humiliated in vain, the most important task was not completed, and there was no way to explain it to Zhang Guangjie when he went back. He could completely foresee his bleak and desperate future in the company. Zhao Depeng. Wu Hongming glanced at his old rival, snorted softly and said, "He really has a face." It was he who told Lu Chan that Zhao Depeng was Starlight Show Super Administrator 002. After the Whale TV executive meeting last night, he personally called Lu Chan to discuss the contract. As a result, he learned from Lu Chan that Starry Live Media would also send people to the capital. Based on his understanding of Zhao Depeng, Wu Hongming revealed this secret to Lu Chan, which was not a secret. Because he knew very well that Starry Live Media's poaching must be the operations management manager. The result was as expected. At the same time, Wu Hongming also admired Lu Chan a little. The latter obviously played with Zhao Depeng, and at the same time used Starry Live Media's people to implicitly remind himself that the price of the new contract cannot be bad. In business, he didn't think there was anything wrong with Lu Chen's approach, and he was prepared for it. Lu Chan said with a smile, "Let's sit down and talk." Whale TV sent Wu Hongming and Wu Shanshan to talk to him about the new contract. The former was the first time he met, and the latter was often talked about in QQ. Of course, it was the first time he met them in person. As for the third person who accompanied him, the thin and tall man with glasses, his identity was actually the editor of Yunjing Music Network. The other party's name was Suiyan, and his ID name was Suiyuan. Of course, Lu Chan knows Yunjing Music Network, which is one of the top music websites in China. The appearance of this editor, Suiyan, made him have some subtle associations. As for the truth, it has to be slowly and carefully understood. The four found a place to sit down. After ordering coffee and tea, they quickly got to the point. What Wu Hongming brought to Lu Chan was an electronic contract. The advantage of electronic contracts is that they are very convenient to modify, and it is also very simple to print them into a formal contract after they are finalized. The sincerity of Whale TV is undoubtedly shown in this electronic contract. The new contract they gave to Lu Chan is 50 plus 50 plus 70% plus 30%. 500,000 signing fee plus 500,000 annual salary, plus 70% reward share and 30% value-added benefit share. The contract period is 3 years, and Whale TV has the right to terminate the contract in advance and have the priority to renew the contract. The most important thing is that Whale TV does not require possession of his original copyright, as long as there is reasonable authorization. On Wu Shanshan's laptop, Lu Chan looked at the electronic contract carefully. He did not find any clause traps or ambiguities in it. The rights and obligations of both parties are clear. There is no doubt that his heart is very satisfied, but the conditions that should be mentioned still have to be mentioned. "Manager Wu," Lu Chan said bluntly to Wu Hongming, "I just said 2 points. The first point is that the signing fee of 500,000 is too little. The second point is that the 3-year contract period is too long. I hope it can be changed to 2 years. I have no other opinions. The signing fee of 500,000 is amazing for a new anchor, but according to Lu Chen's current popularity, it is really not much. The first female anchor of Whale Tea, Chinger Baby, is said to have a signing fee of 5 million. Of course, due to the need for publicity, the 5 million signing fee may be exaggerated, but even if it is discounted, 2 or 3 million is definitely a lot. In contrast, the 500,000 signing fee given to Lu Chan is undoubtedly not enough. Wu Hongming pondered for a moment and said, "Lu Chan, these 2 conditions of yours can be discussed, but please let me think about it. How about you talk to editor Sui first?" Of course, Lu Chan has no objection. He is actually very curious about the purpose of the editor of Yunjing Music Network. The purpose of Sui An's visit is very simple. The editor hopes that Lu Chan can organize his original works into a complete music album, and then put it on Yunjing Music Network for promotion and paid download. The founder of Campus Folk Songs. Sui An's eyes flashed with excitement. He said, "I have listened to all the original works you played and sang on the PK theme show several times. Except for Fly Higher and Blue Lotus, the style of the other songs is too suitable to be recorded as a folk album. It has unique selling points. I believe the sales will be good." Lu Chan was really moved. Making an album is the dream of countless singers. Even if it is an online album, it is a good thing for many people to be able to advertise and sell on a big music website platform such as Yunjing Music Network. Lu Chan has a lot of songs from his memory in the dream world. but the works he left for himself are very unified in style. In addition to being used on the PK theme show, isn't it also to prepare for an album? It's just that it's really not easy for an unknown new singer to release an album. Even if it's barely released, it's still a loss. Maybe he can't even earn money from shouting. Luchan doesn't want to do things like puffing himself up to impress others. However, now that the opportunity has been sent to him, why doesn't he take advantage of it? Chapter 69. In a quiet and beautiful afternoon, the negotiation between Luchan and Wu Hongming was also friendly and sincere. It was precisely this sincere and friendly atmosphere that made him not stick to his goal requirements. The two sides finally reached an agreement of 650,000 signing fee, plus a 2-year contract, and Whale TV has the right to terminate the contract in advance and have the priority to renew the contract. While Luchan was satisfied, he also thought that he should find an agent for himself. Originally, it was most appropriate for such a negotiation to be handled by an agent. A qualified and competent agent will always put the interests of the employer first. He will dare to ask for an exorbitant price and dare to fight with his opponent. He can completely put down his face. Luchan can't do it himself. Although he used Zhao Deping as a stepping stone and occupied a considerable initiative in the negotiation, because of his character, he couldn't force himself to be ruthless and haggle with Wu Hongming for the sake of interests. For Whale TV and Wu Shanshan, Luchan always has a sense of gratitude. Therefore, the memory experience from the dream world tells him that he really needs an agent. It should be known that his future is not in the live broadcast platform, but in a broader world, which will inevitably have countless negotiations. Luchan can't do it himself every time. After finalizing the new contract, Wu Shanshan took her laptop and went outside to find a place to print it. Luchan and Suian, the editor of Yunjing Music Network, continued to discuss. Even if it's an online album, it's not something that can be done immediately. First of all, Luchan has to prepare 10 songs for himself, which is the standard number of songs for a pop album. This is of course very simple for Luchan. He has sung 6 songs: You Who Sat Next to Me, Love in the Wind, The Brother Who Slept on My Upper Bunk, Cinderella, The Bright Times of Youth, and Beauty. So 4 more songs are enough. Luchan has even thought about which 4 songs to use to make up for his first album. But the problem is that making an album is different from playing and singing in the live broadcast room. In order to ensure quality in sales, all 10 songs must be arranged and recorded in a professional recording studio with the accompaniment of a band, as well as post-production and so on. In this regard, Luchan did not have much experience, and the memories from his dreams could not help him, because even Subo had not released a real album. However, as long as he made up his mind, all difficulties could be overcome. Especially after signing a new contract with Whale TV, Luchan would have the money to complete the work in front of him. As for the cooperation with Yunjing Music Network, it is only an intention at present. Suiyan was very talkative. His understanding of pop music and the entertainment circle made Luchan admire him very much. Wu Shanshan came back with the printed contract. Luchan solemnly signed his name on it. That night, he invited the 3 guests from afar to have a sumptuous dinner in the Fury Hotel. Manager Wu, Sister Shanshan, Brother Sui. After dinner, Luchan asked, "Do you have any plans for tonight?" Wu Hongming and Suiyan looked at each other, and the latter replied with a smile, "I'm going to see some friends tomorrow. I don't have any plans tonight." "Why, Luchan, are you going to arrange activities for us?" Suiyan has a good impression of Luchan. He is young, handsome, talented, and modest and polite. He is not like many of his peers who have a little bit of ability and have their noses in the sky and look like they are the best in the world. Luchan smiled and said, "If there is nothing else, how about I invite you all to sit in the bar?" Wu Shanshan's eyes lit up. "Is it your Forget Grass bar?" Luchan nodded. Wu Shanshan smiled and her eyebrows curved. "That's great." Wu Hongming had no objection. So Luchan took the 3 of them by taxi and went to Forget Grass Bar in Hohai. Because it was Sunday night and they came a little late, there were no empty seats in the bar. Luchan hurriedly found Chan Jianhao to explain the situation. The latter not only readily provided reserved VIP tables, but also personally greeted the 3 guests from Deep Sea. After Luchan introduced the 2 sides to each other, they went to the backstage of the bar. The backstage room was also very lively. In addition to Li Hong, Wang Xiaoshui, and other old colleagues, Sister Na was also there. There were also 4 male and female singers who he was unfamiliar with. They should be here to run the show. Ah! As soon as she saw Lu Chun, Sister Na immediately shouted exaggeratedly, "Look who is here, it's a rare guest." Lu Chun touched his nose in embarrassment and said with a wry smile, "Sister Na, please spare my life." He now focuses on live broadcasting online, so the number of times he comes to forget grass bar is getting less and less. After all, compared to Whale TV, the money that Lu Chun earned in the bar is really much worse. Perhaps one day he will become famous and no longer worry about money. Then he may return to the bar, hold a guitar on stage and sing casually, chat, drink and talk music with 3 or 5 friends and kill the idle time. But not now. Sister Na smiled and gave him a hug and said, "Sister Na is joking with you. I'm very happy that you can come. Let's go inside. Big Chin and I have something to tell you." Okay. Lu Chun readily agreed, said hello to Li Hong and the others, and then went to the small suite with Sister Na. When walking over, Lu Chun asked, "Didn't Brother Yi come tonight?" He noticed that Yi Zhenyang was not there. Sister Na said, "He is no longer in Forget Grass Bar. He resigned and left otherwise." Speaking of Yi Zhenyang, Sister Na's tone had a hint of disdain. Lu Chun nodded and did not speak. He knew that Yi Zhenyang leaving Forget Grass Bar was related to him, but he had no responsibility. Sister Na said, "Xiao Lu, you will definitely enter the entertainment circle in the future. That circle is too complicated. You have to remember that you can't have the heart to harm others, and you can't have the heart to guard against others. Some people, no matter how good you are to them, who knows when they will stab you?" Lu Chun smiled and said, "I know. Thank you for reminding me, Sister Na." While talking, Sister Na pushed the door open, and the two came to the small suite where the band was located. Qin Hanyang and all the members of the Bionics were there. They were rehearsing a new song. When they saw Lu Chun and Sister Na, everyone stopped practicing and the drummer stood up. Today's Lu Chun is no longer the part-time waiter-singer. His creative talent has a wide reputation in the entire Hohai circle. The price tag of 200,000 yuan for a song has been talked about by people. And Lu Chun's original song, In the Spring, which was given to the Bionics, was exchanged by Chen Jinhao with 5% of the bar's shares. This matter has even been discussed as a legend in the circle. Qin Hanyang put down the electric guitar and said with a smile, "Xiao Lu, you came at the right time. Sister Na and I were looking for you." Lu Chun asked curiously, "Brother Qin, what is it?" Sister Na smiled and said, "Let's sit down and talk." What they wanted to talk about with Lu Chun was actually very simple. Sister Na and the Bionics joined Light Rain Media. Their new songs In the Spring and I Want to Have a Home will be promoted on the internet and radio next month. If they are successful, then Light Rain Media agreed to release a mini-album for them. The so-called mini-album is actually a shrunken version of a complete CD. It usually contains 5 songs and is sold at a lower price than an album. The distribution method is more flexible, so it is used by many singers and is also called a compact disc. Since the Bionics added Sister Na as the lead singer, Light Rain Media hopes that the two can invite Lu Chun to sing a duet song to enrich the content of this mini-album. Qin Hanyang said sincerely, "Originally, this matter should be handled by the company. It's just that the company considered our personal relationship, so they let us discuss it ourselves. Of course, the price of the song will be as high as it should be." Lu Chun understood, thought for a moment and said, "That's no problem. Can I give it to you 2 days later?" Sister Na smiled and said, "Of course, no problem. We are most confident in the songs you write. It will definitely not be bad." Lu Chun smiled. After chatting for a while, Lu Chun borrowed a guitar from Qin Hanyang and went out to perform on stage. He played and sang Love in the Wind, Beauty, and The Bright Times of Youth. The 3 new songs gave the new and old customers in the bar a great surprise, and the cheers and applause have not stopped. The next morning, Lu Chun sent Wu Hongming and the other 2 to the high-speed train back to Shanghai City. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he received a text message from the bank. There were 650,000 more in the account. Chapter 70. Friday, June 5th, sunny. Near noon, Lu Chun walked out of the Binhai high-speed railway station. The dazzling sun shone on his face, making his eyes involuntarily squint and his mood soar. Thanks to the modern developed high-speed railway system, in just 5 hours Lu Chun returned from the capital to his hometown, which he had been away from for nearly a year, a small town on the coast of eastern Zhejiang. Binhai City is a county-level city with a population of more than 1 million. The regional administration belongs to the Hangwan area, which is more than 200 kilometers away from the provincial capital, Hangzhou. Lu Chun was born and grew up here until he was admitted to Zhanghai University. Originally, he wanted to go home on the 1st because he had to go back to Zhanghai University to attend the graduation ceremony on the 9th. However, because he was preparing a new song for Sister Na and the Bionics, he was delayed in the capital for a few more days. Several songs of the Bionics have entered the formal production stage. As a songwriter, Lu Chun took the opportunity to participate in the process of arrangement and production, and put forward a lot of his own suggestions. Arrangement is Lu Chun's biggest weakness, so such an opportunity is very rare for him to learn a lot. And if the new song can be successful, it will be a good start for him to enter the mainstream circle of pop music. On the other hand, Lu Chun will also release his own album. It is good to know the production process in advance, not to mention that he has a good personal relationship with Sister Na and Qin Hanyang. Out of the train station, he took a taxi to the city's Dongping district. Dongping district is one of the earliest districts in Binhai City. It is also the location of the staff dormitory of the Municipal Finance Bureau, State Taxation Bureau, and Local Taxation Bureau. Lu Chun's mother, Fang Yun, and sister Lu Shui live there. Fang Yun is an accountant in the Binhai State Taxation Bureau. After the Lu family's accident, her original house and car were sold. She moved to the staff dormitory in Dongping district to save money. When he got out of the car at the gate of the district, Lu Chun did not go home immediately, but ran to the bank not far from the district. At the VIP customer window of the business department, he took out his bank card and ID card and stuffed them in. "Hello, I'm here to withdraw money. I made an appointment yesterday." 5 minutes later, Lu Chun left the bank with his heavy backpack and returned to Dongping district. Fang Yun lived in room 201 of block 7. Although Lu Chun didn't spend much time here, this small home also brought him a lot of warm memories. Seeing that he was getting closer and closer to home, his footsteps became especially light. However, when Lu Chun walked to the front of block 7, he suddenly noticed that the car parked next to the green belt looked very familiar. He took a closer look at the license plate number, and suddenly had a bad feeling. Frowning, Lu Chun sped up the stairs and soon arrived at the door of room 201. The door was unlatched, so the voices in the living room could clearly be heard by him. "There's nothing we can do. We've been in debt for so long. If it wasn't for our Wenkong wanting to buy a house, we wouldn't have come here. We're all relatives, you can't let us." After listening to a few words, Lu Chun couldn't listen anymore. He pushed the door open. Bang! The security door hit the wall and made a loud noise. This dormitory had a layout of 1 bedroom and 1 living room. The room was very old. The living room, bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom all added up to no more than 30 square meters. The small living room could barely accommodate a sofa and a small desk, so it looked very simple and cramped. When Lu Chun broke in, his mother, Fang Yun, was standing in front of the desk with an expressionless face. A middle-aged woman with a rich appearance was spitting at her and pointing at her. A middle-aged man with a dull look was sitting on the sofa, smoking with his head down. On his right was a young man in his 20s, wearing a t-shirt and jeans with a messy haircut, a shiny silver earring hanging on his left ear, and an unruly look on his face. The sound of the door knocking made everyone look at Lu Chun. "Little Chun." Fang Yun was surprised and happy. She quickly came over. "When did you come back?" Lu Chun smiled and said, "Mom, I just came back." He turned his face and his expression became extremely cold in an instant. "Uncle, aunt, you're all here?" The middle-aged man sitting on the sofa was Lu Chun's uncle, Fang Yuanzhong. The one who just scolded Fang Yun was his aunt, Lin Ru, and the young man with the earring was Lu Chun's cousin, Fang Wankong. Little Chun is back." Fang Yuanzhong stood up a little bewildered and said, "It's good to be back." Lin Ru was stunned at first and then said disdainfully, "What's good about it? If you have the ability to make money, bring it back and pay off the debt you owe our family first." Fang Wenkong sat on the armrest of the sofa and looked at Lu Chan with sarcastic eyes. Fang Yun's face was angry. She was about to speak, but she was stopped by Lu Chan behind her. Lu Chan asked lightly, "Aunt, I don't understand what you're saying. When did our family owe you money?" Lin Ru's face was distorted as if she had heard something fantastic. "What did you say? Your Lu family doesn't owe us money? It's written on both white and black papers." She took out a few pieces of paper, shook them hard at Lu Chan and cried, "Do you still want to renege on the debt?" Lu Chan suppressed his anger and asked, "If I remember correctly, this is a shareholding agreement, right?" When the Lu family's business was booming, Lin Ru was jealous and urged Fang Yuanzhong to ask Fang Yun for some shares in the Lu family's new factory. In addition to getting dividends, she also wanted her son, Fang Wenkong, to work in the factory. The new factory was still profitable at first, and the dividends were given to the Fang family. However, after the outbreak of the international financial crisis, Lu Qingxing's business was hit hard. The bank demanded repayment of the loans, which eventually led to the capital chain being broken and the company going bankrupt. Although Lu Qingxing died, he left a huge debt to his family. In addition to the bank loans offset with fixed assets, he still owed millions to his relatives and friends. Fang Yun bore all these debts. It was natural to pay off debts and there was nothing to say. However, the Fang family signed a shareholding agreement, and the dividends they had taken in the past had exceeded the shares. After the factory closed, they still had to ask Fang Yun to return the shares and pay back the money. There was no reason at all. Lu Chan knew that his mother had paid back some money to Lin Ru, and the relationship between the Lu family and the Fang family had become very cold. He didn't expect that the Fang family would come to their house today to force Fang Yun to pay back the debt. It was the best. How could Lu Chan not be angry? "If you want money, then go to the court to sue. Now get out of here." It was impossible for the court to support such a debt. How could Lin Ru not know? She was choked by Lu Chen's harsh words, and the muscles on her fat face twitched. She suddenly grabbed Fang Yuanzhong and howled, "Fang Yuanzhong, say something. Are you just going to watch your nephew bully your wife? Are you dead?" Fang Yuanzhong frowned and let Lin Ru beat him. He looked at Fang Yun helplessly. "Little Yun, how can you talk to my mother like that?" Fang Wenkong jumped up and rushed to Lu Chan aggressively. "F***ck your mother, you're looking for a beating." The living room was instantly thrown into a state of chaos. Lu Chan saw Fang Wenkong reach out to grab his chest. He dropped his backpack and did not dodge. At the moment when the other party's claws were about to touch his body, he suddenly raised his left hand and grabbed it. Pa! The next moment, a heavy slap landed on Fang Wenkong's face. Fang Wenkong was caught off guard and was directly stunned. Lin Ru also stopped crying and was stunned. Lu Chen's face was cold. He pushed Fang Wenkong away with his left hand and said in a deep voice, "Fang Wenkong, if you want to die, just say it. I will fulfill your wish." This kid used to be like a dog in front of him, but now he dared to insult his mother. Lu Chan wanted to kill Fang Wenkong. This slap was too light. Fang Wenkong was almost pushed to the ground. He covered his red and swollen face and came to his senses after a while. Then he howled like a pig being slaughtered. "Damn it, Lu Chan wants to kill me." Lin Ru was so angry that her nose was crooked. She screamed, "Fang." She didn't know why, but the cold look on Lu Chen's face made her subconsciously feel a trace of fear, so she wanted to instruct Fang Yuanzhong to come forward and teach Lu Chan a lesson. She didn't dare to do it herself. "Enough!" Fang Yun shouted. She was disheartened and said to Fang Yuanzhong, "Brother, I will call you brother for the last time. I will find a way to return the money to you in the future. You can go." The greatest sorrow was the death of the heart. Fang Yuanzhong didn't dare to look at Fang Yun's eyes. His lips moved but he couldn't speak. There is no need to do it in the future. Lu Chan picked up the backpack on the ground and suddenly unzipped it. "Return it now." Chapter 71. The backpack that Lu Chan carried was very ordinary. It was something that could be bought online for a few tens of dollars. However, it was this kind of backpack that was filled with stacks of $100 bills. All of them were neatly sealed with bank tape, and the red color was particularly dazzling. When he pulled open the zipper, the living room was silent. Lin Ru stopped shouting and looked straight at the backpack full of bills. Fong Wenkong covered his face and was stunned, with a funny look that his jaw had dropped. Lu Chen's family education had been very good since he was a child. Fong Yun had always been strict with him. It was only after he went to college in Hangzhou that she stopped controlling him. Therefore, even when the Lu family was at its best, he had never done any ridiculous things like a rich playboy. However, at this moment, Lu Chun wanted to take out the money in his backpack and smash it hard on their faces. He didn't mean to pay back the money at all, but he knew his mother's character very well. Tell me, how much more money do you want? Lin Ru swallowed her saliva and squeezed out a fake smile on her fat face. She didn't even care that Lu Chun had just slapped her son. She asked, "Little Chun, where did you get so much money?" There were at least hundreds of thousands of yuan in this backpack, and it was possible to get millions of yuan. The Lu family used to be rich, but it was not easy to come up with so much money at one time. What's more, the current Lu family was not even as big as an ordinary family. She was dazzled by the stacks of 100 yuan bills. She was very curious and greedy. Lu Chen said faintly, "You can also rob a bank. Aren't you the best at it?" After eating Lu Chen's 2 words of ridicule, Lin Ru felt embarrassed no matter how thick-skinned she was. Her face sank in an instant. "You're really promising, then give us back our money first." "You don't have our money." To everyone's surprise, Fong Yuanzhong, who had been silent all the time, suddenly broke out at this time. His face turned red, and he suddenly grabbed the shareholding agreement in Lin Ru's hand. Then he tore it into pieces and roared, "The Lu family doesn't owe us, let alone you, Lin Ru." Lin Ru was so shocked that she couldn't speak. Even in her dreams, she had never imagined that her honest and cowardly husband would do such a drastic thing. Not only did he shed all pretense of cordiality with her, he even tore up the investment agreement. Without this agreement, how was she going to extort money from the Lu family? Fong Yuanzhong ignored her. The haggard middle-aged man said to Fong Yun guiltily, "Xiaoyun, I'm sorry. We won't bother you anymore." With that, he turned his head and strode out the door. Lin Ru came to her senses and screamed, "Fong Yuanzhong!" She really had the intention to eat her own husband alive. Fong Yuanzhong completely ignored her and left the Lu family without looking back. Lin Ru and Fong Wenkong were completely dumbfounded. Lu Chun was also a little surprised, but not too surprised because he knew that his uncle was still a good person, but he was too cowardly. He was usually treated like a grandson by his aunt, Lin Ru, and had no status at home. If Fong Yun didn't want to embarrass her eldest brother too much, why would she agree to Lin Ru's shameless request? And Fong Yuanzhong's outburst now should be because he still had a conscience and had not completely extinguished family affection. He zipped up the backpack again and said to Lin Ru indifferently, "Aunt, since Uncle has left, we won't keep you for lunch." "I'm really sorry." Fong Wenkong cried, "Want to drive us away? Pay off the money first." He wanted to grab the backpack from Lu Chen's hand. Lu Chen sneered and said, "I don't know what you're talking about. Are you still dreaming?" The invalid agreement was torn up, and Fong Yuanzhong had left. How could he pay back the money? Lin Ru was also very unwilling, but when she saw Lu Chen's look, she knew that she would be humiliated if she continued to pester him. Maybe Fong Wenkong would be beaten. So she took her son and left the Lu family in disgrace. This debt had to be settled with Fong Yuanzhong first. After driving away the 2 disgusting people, Lu Chun felt that the air in the room was much fresher. He smiled and said to Fong Yun, "Mom, what shall we eat for lunch? I'm starving." Fong Yun sighed and said, "Little Chun, don't blame your uncle. Your uncle had no choice." Lu Chun nodded and said, "I recognize my uncle. As for those 2, if they dare to come again, you can call the police directly." Fong Yun smiled bitterly and said, "I know." Lu Chen knew that his mother was soft on the outside but hard on the inside. If it weren't for Fong Yuanzhong, she wouldn't have been bullied by Lin Ru. He handed the backpack in his hand to Fong Yun and said, "Mom, here's 1,000,000 yuan. I'll accompany you to pay back the money in the afternoon." Fong Yun used to pay back the money in cash, and she personally went to the homes of those relatives and friends to pay back the money in person. She used this way to show everyone that the Lu family would not run away from the debt, and the debt would be there. Lu Qingsheng was a righteous and trustworthy person when he was alive, so many people were willing to lend him money. Although he was now gone, Fang Yun would not discredit him and the Lu family. Many relatives and friends took out their life savings, and this debt represented a heavy responsibility. Fang Yun took the backpack and asked incredulously, "Where did you get so much money?" She was very surprised when Lu Chun transferred 300,000 yuan to her before. She didn't expect that he would bring another million today. Did he really rob a bank? Lu Chun smiled and said, "I'll tell you slowly. Anyway, I earned it cleanly." The 1 million yuan was all earned by Lu Chun from Whale TV. 650,000 signing bonus plus 200,000 PK bonus plus 150,000 reward commission, and he still had 150,000 in his bank account. A few days ago, Lu Chun wrote a new song for the Bionics, and 150,000 was a discounted friendship price. As they were talking, the door of the room was pushed open. "We're back." With a clear shout, a young woman in a white dress and a girl in a yellow shirt came in one after another. The former was carrying a lot of plastic bags in her hand, and the bags were filled with fresh fruits and vegetables. "Brother." Seeing Lu Chun standing in the living room, the girl in the yellow shirt first blinked, then shouted and rushed to him. Lu Chun smiled and opened his arms, holding the other in his arms. The girl in the yellow shirt was Lu Chen's sister Lu Shui, and the woman in the white dress was his sister Lu Shi. Lu Chun and Lu Shui had a very good relationship. He loved his sister very much. After a year, he was naturally very surprised in his heart. "You've gained weight." "How can I gain weight?" Lu Shui wrinkled her nose and jumped down from Lu Chun, and said coquettishly, "Mom, brother bullied me." Fang Yun touched Lu Shui's head and asked Lu Shi, who looked indifferent, "Little Shi, why are you here?" Among the three siblings, the elder sister, Lu Shi, was like Lu Qingsheng in both appearance and temper. Lu Shui and Fang Yun were almost the same, and Lu Chun was a combination of the advantages of both parents, tall and handsome. Lu Shi was a little stubborn. She didn't get along very well with Lu Chun before. She said lightly, "Xiaoxue called me and said that uncle and the others came to make trouble again." Lu Shui stuck out her tongue, looked around and asked, "Where are uncle and the old witch?" She called Lin Ru an old witch. After the other party came, Fang Yun sent her out to buy vegetables to hide from trouble. Lu Shui was worried that her mother would suffer, so she called Lu Shi. The two sisters came back at the same time, but they didn't expect Lu Chun to be there. "That's your aunt." Fang Yun snappily flicked her head and said, "Children are not allowed to be rude. Uncle and the others are gone." "That's great." Lu Shui clapped her hands with a smile and said, "It's great that our family is reunited." She reached out to Lu Chun and said, "Brother, what gift did you buy for me? I don't want it." Lu Chun couldn't help laughing. He opened his suitcase and took out the laptop he had bought in the capital. Lu Shui was overjoyed. "Is it for me?" Lu Shi frowned and said, "Xiaoxue will take the college entrance examination next year. Why did you buy her a computer? Even if you can make money now, you have to save money. Our family still owes a lot of debts." Lu Chun said, "Sister, I can pay off the family's debts in 2 years at most." Lu Shi sneered. "Keep bragging." Chapter 72. Lu Shi didn't believe Lu Chen's words at all, because she knew very well how much debt her family needed to pay off. Under normal circumstances, it might take the family a lifetime to pay off the debt, and they had to work very hard to make money, unless there was a miracle or they won the lottery. Lu Shi never bought lottery tickets. She never pinned her hopes on illusory luck. Fang Yun hesitated for a moment and said, "Little Chun just brought back 1 million yuan. He earned it by singing. He didn't talk nonsense. No one knows a son better than a mother. She was the flesh that fell from her body." Fang Yun understood Lu Chen's thoughts very well. Lu Chun wanted Lu Shi to continue her studies. "Mom!" Lu Shi's eyes widened in disbelief and she said, "Why are you talking nonsense to him? He earned 1 million yuan by singing. When did Lu Chun become a big star? It was a fantasy." However, at this time, Lu Shi suddenly remembered that Lu Chun had remitted 300,000 yuan to her family not long ago. She couldn't help closing her mouth. "Wow!" Lu Shui cried out and worshipped. "Brother, you're so awesome." She had 100% trust in Lu Chun. The most important thing was that Lu Chun could make so much money, so there was no problem in giving her this beautiful laptop. Well, let's not talk about this now. Fang Yun didn't want to embarrass her eldest daughter, so she said, "Little Shi, help me cook." Lu Shi was very stubborn, so it was better for mother and daughter to communicate in private. Fang Yun took Lu Shi to prepare lunch, Lu Chun took clothes from the suitcase to take a bath, and Lu Shui played with the new computer happily. The small home was filled with a warm atmosphere of reunion. Plate after plate of steaming hot and fragrant dishes were served on the table. Although there weren't any delicacies such as fish and meat, Lu Chen ate with great relish because this was the taste of home that he couldn't taste anywhere else. When they were almost done, Lu Chen asked, "Sister, do you have a financial broker's license?" Among the 3 children of the Lu family, Lu Shi was a well-deserved top student. When she took the college entrance examination, she failed 2 subjects because of a bad cold. Otherwise, she could have gone to Beijing University and Tsinghua University. Then Lu Shi did not retake the exam. She went directly to Zhonghai University to study finance. She was preparing to go to Beijing University after graduation. However, she gave up further studies because of her family's changes. Lu Chen knew that she had obtained a lot of professional certificates during her college years, so he asked. Lu Shi said, "Yes, what do you want to do?" After Fang Yun's persuasion and explanation, her attitude towards Lu Chen finally improved a lot. It's just that the previous prejudice is not so easy to reverse. Lu Chen talked about the process of negotiating a new contract with Whale TV and finally said, "I originally wanted a signing fee of 1 million, but after talking about it, it became 650,000. I couldn't put down my face." Lu Shi was surprised. "You mean you talked about a contract of 1 million to 650,000? Lu Chen nodded with a wry smile. Things were not that simple, but in order to persuade Lu Shi, he was willing to take the blame. "Why are you so stupid?" Lu Shi was angry. "You don't even know that you were sold. 1,650,000, there was a difference of 350,000. How long would she need to work hard to earn this money?" Lu Chen took the opportunity to say, "So I want to invite you to be my agent. In the future, I will let you negotiate contracts on my behalf. I am going to open a studio in Beijing, and I need someone to help me." He really needed a reliable agent, and he really wanted to open a studio. Although several entertainment media companies have looked for Lu Chen and wanted to sign him. But after serious consideration, Lu Chen gave up the conventional way of signing a contract, training, debut, publicity, and hype to become famous. Because there were great restrictions on his personal and rights. His idea was to open a personal studio, so that he could cooperate with any company or individual, maximize his own interests, and have the power to make decisions freely. Nowadays, many big shots in the entertainment industry have opened studios for the same reason. Although Lu Chen was still unknown compared to them, he had the wealth of a world. With those precious memories, only others would beg him in the future. Of course, these were Lu Chen's preliminary ideas, and there was still a lot of work to be done. Inviting Lu Shi to be his agent was the first step he had taken. But Lu Shi was not so easy to be persuaded. Entertainment agents and financial agents are different. Lu Chen smiled and said, "Bargaining and negotiation are all the same. With you to help me, maybe we can pay off the debt in a year. Moreover, you can also take the postgraduate entrance examination and be a part-time agent when you come to Beijing." The postgraduate entrance examination of Beijing University was in mid-August, and Lu Shi could make it in time to prepare now. Lu Shi said suspiciously, "Why do I feel that you are setting a trap to fool me?" She was not a fool. How could she not hear Lu Chen's intention? Although she said so, the look in Lu Shi's eyes showed that she was really moved. Lu Chen smiled and didn't say anything. Fang Yun said, "Little Shi, go and help little Chen. You said that he will be a star and sing in the future. The entertainment circle is so chaotic. I can rest assured if you are around little Chen to supervise and manage him." Lu Shui swallowed the food in her mouth and shouted, "Brother, I support you to be a star. Big stars like in Su Yang and Wang Yuan fan." Fang Yun knocked her on the head with chopsticks and said, "Eat carefully. Don't interrupt when adults are talking. I'm 17 years old. I'm an adult." Lu Shui muttered, but still obediently buried her head in the food in her bowl. Lu Shi finally made a decision. "Well, I'll try." Hearing this, Lu Chen and Fang Yun smiled at the same time. Lu Shi said to Lu Chen, "Don't be complacent. I'll take good care of you when we get to Beijing. Lu Chen's smile suddenly turned into a wry smile. But this was a good start, wasn't it? After dinner, he followed Fang Yun and carried a backpack full of money to pay off his debts. Lu Qingxing owed a lot of debts. Among these people were his relatives, friends, comrades, former colleagues, and business partners. The number was quite large. When Fang Yun paid off her debts, as long as the other party was in Binhai City, she would visit them in person. It was the first time that Lu Chan went with her to pay off money, so he deeply understood his mother's difficulty. Fortunately, these creditors were very reasonable. Whether they were relatives or friends, they did not embarrass the two. Instead, they were very enthusiastic. Many people said they were not in a hurry, and they were all very interested in Lu Chan. Little Chun has grown up. Little Chun is very handsome. Where do you work? Does Little Chun have a girlfriend? Little Chun is good. After running all the way and paying off all the 1 million, Lu Chen's face was stiff from smiling, and the sky was dark. He lived at home for 3 days and took the high-speed train to Hangzhou on the afternoon of the 8th. Binhai City was only more than 200 kilometers away from Hangzhou. It took 40 minutes to get there by high-speed train, and then transfer to the subway at Hangzhou Station to go directly to the station of Zhanghai University. It was very convenient. Looking at the familiar school gate, Lu Chan had a feeling that it was a lifetime ago. As soon as his junior year was over, he applied to the school for social practice in advance and went to work in Beijing. As a result, he took a completely different path in life. After a year, Lu Chan was going to say goodbye to this campus that had left him with countless memories, countless beautiful, sad, moving, enthusiastic. At this moment, he was a little unable to take a step. Third brother. Suddenly, someone behind Lu Chan patted him on the shoulder hard. Lu Chan couldn't help but turn his head and saw a big and burly man with a stubble beard looking at him with a smile and said, "I saw you from afar just now. I was right." "Boss." Lu Chan was very surprised. "When did you come back?" This burly man was his classmate, Gao He, a native of Ji City, Chilu Province. He was also one of Lu Chen's 3 roommates in the same dormitory. He was the eldest according to age and had always had a good relationship with Lu Chan. Gao He smiled and said, "I just came back. Let's go back to the dormitory together. I don't know if Old K and Old C have arrived." Of course, Lu Chan had no objection. The two talked and laughed as they walked towards the dormitory building.